Friday Night Football greetings from the Jim Landers remote broadcast booth at the studios of MM Productions. It is time for Benton Fighting Panther football. This evening, the Panthers have made the long trip through the hills and hollers of the Ozarks to Mountain Home. Last week, Benton overcame a third-quarter surge from Little Rock Parkview for a 30-23 comeback win to stay spotless at 3-0 in the 6A West. Meanwhile, Mountain Home Mercy ruled Van Buren last week 42-15 for their second win of the season and first in conference play. Tonight it's the Panthers versus the Bombers in a key Week 7 Class 6A West Conference matchup. I'm Jim Gardner, joined tonight by Dio Vanucci and the number one fan of the Panthers, Freddie Reinhardt, for tonight's broadcast of Benton Panther football on 106.7 The Buzz 2 and live streaming on MM Productions. Panther football is presented tonight by Everett Buick GMC and sponsored by Black Corley, Owens & Hughes Architects, ACDI, Cornerstone Home Lending, Jones Heating and Air, Merchants and Farmers Bank, Sanders Ground Essentials, CTS Industrial Services, Hamilton Family Dentistry, Bryan Eye Care, Allied Glass, Riverside Grocery and Catering, the City of Benton, Farmers Bank and Trust, Congo Fireplace and Patio, First Security Bank, Saline Health System, Elliott Electrical, and the Benton Touchdown Club, the official booster club of Panther football. Go to BentonPantherFootball.com right now to become a member for rosters, schedules, videos, game stories, and more. And it's a pleasure to welcome back Mr. Stress-Free Second Half himself, Dio Vanucci, who was away last weekend.
I mean, I did tune in. I finally got back to my hotel room in time to pick up the last 9 minutes of that game, and boy, I missed a heck of a second half, or at least part of a second half. But what a finish! And what's great is as Parkview drove down to that south end zone, I had vivid memories of 2014 versus El Dorado, and then it happened again for the third time. That south end zone has got some juju against opponents. I'm telling you.
It's the ghost of Frank Hobbs that roams that end zone.
I'm telling you. I don't know what it is, but when I saw the quarterback push off of, I think that was Bo Wright that was coming in on the rush, they got such good pressure on him. He pushed off of him and flung the ball. And I thought, well, that pass is about to be intercepted. And sure enough, Jaden Collinette comes away with a huge one for the Panthers because we hadn't been able to stop them, starting with the third quarter, it seemed like. So big win for the Panthers last week.
Big win, 30-23, Benton victorious over Little Rock Parkview. And Kane Simmons led the way defensively with 15 tackles last week and a forced fumble. Zane Manchek, who was our Pasta Jays defensive player of the game, had 10 tackles, 3 big quarterback hurries, and a sack. And as Dio mentioned, Jaden Collinette with the big interception to seal the victory, 5 tackles and 2 pass breakups. And as Terry pointed out in your absence, Dio, last week, the PDC, remarkable on third down last week, held Parkview to 2 of 13 on third down conversions. Offensively, Donovan Pearson and Cameron Harris, 2 big nights for the receivers, 5 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns for Donovan, 3 catches, 104 yards and a touchdown for Cameron. Just a marvelous win at home last Friday.
Yeah, that's really impressive, though, to hold Parkview to 2 of 13 on third downs. Here's a team that's got 3 Division I commits on their offense and a quarterback that really I think is more athlete than he is quarterback. But you could just tell, just in the 8 or 9 minutes of the game, really the one drive that I got to see, that kid's arm strength was pretty phenomenal. He just flicked the ball, and it went for miles, it seemed like. So that's a great job of the PDC. Really, I think that's a really good confidence builder going in, and then we can clean up tonight should be a game, which I don't think Mountain Home's going to be a pushover.
No.
They showed last week with their win over Van Buren. They can put up some points, and they've got some ability on offense. So it's going to be another good test for the PDC tonight. But good to go into this half of the conference play with a win like that.
Tonight, Benton and Mountain Home meet for only the third time ever. The Panthers have won both previous games in 2016 in an opening round state playoff game, 42-21, and in 2020 last year in Week 7, Benton won 35-7. But this is the first time the Panthers have ever played at Mountain Home. Both of those previous two games were at Everett Field. Last year, Benton won it 35-7. Panthers jumped out to a 21-0 first quarter lead, so the win last year has kind of followed the script of the wins this year. That big first quarter outburst, Benton outgained Mountain Home 561-294. Andre Lane had a big game last year, 8 catches for 52 yards. How about Kane Simmons and Bo Wright? 18 tackles each in that game last year.
That almost seems like that. You look at that and you'd think, is there a mistake here? Did we add a 1 in front of that and we shouldn't have? But those two were all over the place last year against Mountain Home. So they need to have a big night tonight as well to hold that Mountain Home offense in check.
And a sophomore with kind of a prelude to the future, Jake Jones, the Panther middle linebacker this year. Last year as a sophomore against Mountain Home, recorded 10 tackles in that game. So that kind of sets the stage for what the pundits might say is a trap game for Benton. Coming off the win over Parkview with Greenwood and Lake Hamilton coming up the next 2 weeks.
Well, did you see I want to say that it was Hootens that only picked Benton by 9 points in this game.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit surprising to me, with given Mountain Home's record and Benton and who we faced already this year, that they would only favor us by 9. I was talking to Donnie Dillard, who he knows a little something about football. He's been, was a ref for years. His son used to play in the PDFL. But anyway, he said 9 should be more like 19 or 29, and I agree with that. I really feel like that's probably more what it should be. But, maybe those pundits know something that we don't.
We're going to talk to Brad Harris about it from our interview at Pasta J's on Tuesday night and ask him, is this a trap game? And how has he kept the Panthers' focus this week, not on what's to come, but on what's right in front of them. That is the Mountain Home Bombers tonight. So we'll take a break, and when we come back, you'll hear from the head Panther himself, Brad Harris. This is Benton Panther Football on the Benton Football Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Now we put Parkview in the past, and you've got a Mountain Home team coming up on Friday. And I've thought the last couple of years Mountain Home has improved drastically over who they've been in the past. And maybe pundits would say, looking at this game Friday, that this is a classic trap game. You're coming off a very, very big win. You've got some big games looming in front of you. Is this a trap game for you?
Well, that was one of the first things we talked about as a staff Friday night after the game is, we try to, enjoy the moment on Friday night, but we also, it's just how we're wired as coaches. As soon as that game's over with, we already start looking at the future, and we know we got a long road trip and we got a team that's improved, Mountain Home had not had a winning football season since 2006 till last year. And last year they had a winning season. They won a playoff game, so they got some momentum. They had a new head football coach last year, has breathed a lot of energy into their program, so they're a changed team, and a lot of people got to see that last year. And, they're a 2-4 team right now, but they're a really good 2-4 team that we're going to have to play well against to win. It's not one of those games you just go out and, we're the Benton Panthers and they're going to roll up, but it could be classified as that trap game between a big win with Parkview and then we've got Greenwood looming, the week after next, coming to our place, and everybody looks at Greenwood as still, the champ of 6A. And but we can't overlook them. We've told our guys each week we're going to try to go 1-0, just like a lot of head coaches do, and we try not to move forward too quick, but I'm even guilty of it. Sometimes I look at Greenwood right now because I think we'll take care of Mountain Home, but then I have to refocus and get back on Mountain Home, and we've done a good job of that so far this week.
It's another long road trip. You just took one to Siloam Springs week before last. How did the guys handle that trip, and how do you anticipate handling this one, being on the bus so long?
Well, I thought we did a really good job with the Siloam trip. It was a little over 3 hours. We split the trip up, stopped at the rest area there in Ozark, and then we got back on and went to Fayetteville, ate our pregame meal, then drove the rest of the way over to Siloam. But Mountain Home's a different trip now. I mean, it's about the same distance, same time, but instead of a nice interstate, you're on a 2-lane road. We're going to have to go up Highway 65, up through Harrison, over to Mountain Home. We feel like that's the best route. It's a little bit further, but a lot of these guys have never been on a bus on the curvy roads like that. So I definitely don't want to get any car sickness or anything like that, or bus sickness. But we're going to try to leave about 11 o'clock Friday morning and split the trip up into a couple of stops. That way they're not on the bus too long on a curvy road. But try to get to Mountain Home about 3 o'clock, eat our pregame meal in Mountain Home. That gives us a little extra time in Mountain Home so we don't have to drive on any curvy roads, right before the game or anything. It gives them a little bit of downtime.
We've only played Mountain Home twice in school history.
Right.
Both of them since you've been head coach, both wins here at home. This will be our first trip to Mountain Home.
It will.
And when we get there, what kind of offense are we going to be going up against?
Well, they're a spread-based team. They show us a lot of tight end sets now with 3 receivers. They'll get into some spread with 4 wide receivers or even 5 with an empty set. But really a spread-based team, a lot of zone. They'll get into some gap run game. Their quarterback is a first-year starter for them. He's a junior. They actually played 2 quarterbacks early this year, and they've kind of settled in with the junior quarterback. He's a 6-foot, 200-pound kid. He can run the football. He throws it well, but everything starts with the run game with them. They like to run the football. They've got a big running back that's about 6 foot, 210. We saw a big running back in the Joyner kid from Parkview, but this is a different kind of kid. He's more of a downhill, going to get in your face all the time. He's not trying to get outside or anything like that. So we're going to have a really good plan going into it from a defensive standpoint of stopping the run game. I really like the matchup because I feel that's the strength of our defense right now. And our defensive linebackers are playing really well. Safeties are rolling the alley. So really like our chances to stop the run game.
Defensively, what does Mountain Home bring, and maybe where do you think the Panthers can have some success Friday?
Well, honestly, we've seen them in a lot of 3-front and 4-front, so they're very multiple defensively. They've got a couple big defensive tackles. Sometimes they'll jump to a 4-front and really try to stop the run game. And then against spread teams, against Greenwood, they stay in a 3-man front the entire night, and they really back off and give you a lot of underneath stuff. So it's really going to kind of dictate what they do. You know, right now we're kind of prepping for both, and we're going to take what they want to give us. We really feel like we can throw the football around on them. They're not as good in the secondary probably as what we saw this last week. Definitely not this last week or what we've seen the last couple of weeks. But we also like the matchups with our run game with Casey and Brandon running the football in the box. Our offensive line's improving. We'd really like to establish some run game because that's what's going to get us down the road for a deep playoff run. We're going to have to run the football against good teams.
And since we're going into week 7, maybe health-wise, how are the Panthers?
Really, for week 7, we're probably as in good a shape as we've been since I've been the head coach here, honestly. We haven't lost anybody for the year, knock on some wood. Connor Jewell went out last week. You got to see him go out, but today he practiced a little bit. Probably not as bad an injury as we initially thought, mainly bruising. So it's going to be a game-time decision. Depends on how he feels probably Friday. But right now we don't have anybody that's been an immediate too-deep guy that's out for the year or anything. So we got some bumps and bruises, but that's week 7 football. You know, if you don't have bumps and bruises in week 7, you're not playing football. So, you know, right now we're pretty healthy.
Coach, good luck Friday.
Thank you very much, Jim.
And get that 4th conference win and 6th win in a row on the season.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real 5-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show tonight. Benton is at Mountain Home, where it is currently 57 degrees. It'll be about 52 by the end of the game tonight. A breeze out of the north as that cold front passing through North Arkansas. The field at Mountain Home actually lays out east and west, so Dio, be careful about telling our backs to get north tonight because this is in the east-west field, something you don't see much of.
No, and I typically do say north and south when I'm talking about which direction the running backs need to go, so I'll try to keep that in mind for the radio listeners that the running back needs to keep going east or west.
Dio, Benton offense tonight averaging 174 on the ground, 278 through the air, 452 overall. But very impressed with Mountain Home's defensive numbers. They give up just 102 a week on the ground, 128 through the air, 230 total. They held Van Buren to minus 25 rushing yards last week in the game, minus 8 total offense in the first half. This is a good Bomber defense.
Yeah, that is some really good statistics for that defense. You know, I'm really curious to see them play a team, though, with as potent of an offense as the Benton Panthers. I didn't look at their entire schedule, but I don't think that they faced anybody that really has all of the weapons that Benton does. And we're kind of a pick-your-poison offense. You know, you stop the run, okay, we'll go through the air. You try to stop us through the air, okay, we'll pound it with our two running backs. So it's one of those things that statistics, and this point in the season, though, statistics start to become a little bit more accurate, and they do tell a little bit better story. However, who you've played as your previous opponents also tells a little bit of a story.
Yeah, they played non-conference Harrison, Nettleton, and Batesville. So they played down in classification. All three of those games, 7-point losses to Harrison and Nettleton, and a pretty easy win over Batesville.
Well, and let's keep in mind, too, that a lot of those Panther statistics are really first half games, on three of those conference games. And then I think we mercy ruled two of our non-conference as well.
Correct.
So you've got five of our games that are all, mercy rule, first half performances really. So those numbers for our offense are a little bit off. You could almost, shave 50 yards off that and say, it's about 400 yards a half.
Yeah.
We're really more of I think it would average somewhere closer to 650, 700 yards if we had to play a full game.
When you look at the other side of the ball, the Panther defense gives up 176 a game rushing, 150 a game passing, 326 total. And it's a Mountain Home offense that's kind of found their stride in the last two ball games as they made a change at quarterback and have gone with more of a running quarterback. They rush for 174 and throw for just 115. And maybe a team that mirrors Siloam Springs in a lot of ways offensively.
Yeah, and we saw what the Panthers were, how they were able to handle Siloam Springs. Siloam Springs did have a little bit of success on a few drives, but really with an attack like that, our secondary, our cornerbacks and safeties are good enough that it allows our linebackers to really focus more on the rush, the rushing part of the defense. I think that's going to be a huge benefit to the PDC tonight. Having those linebackers that are not going to be so focused on stopping the pass, they're going to be focused on getting a hold of that quarterback and those running backs.
Mountain Home running back Gage Lindsey has already rushed 105 times this year. In just 6 games, he had 20 carries for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns last week against Van Buren. Their quarterback is Brady Barnett. He has 57 carries for 363 and 3 rushing touchdowns. So that's the matchup tonight on both sides of the ball, the Benton offense and defense, the Mountain Home offense and defense, and maybe just kind of a side, the special teams got to button it up this week. You kind of let Parkview back in the game last week with a muffed punt snap, a free kick return for a touchdown, and then gave up a fake punt that went for a touchdown. So I know that's been a point of emphasis for Coach Harris this week.
Well, and a lot of times special teams are one of those special teams has a tendency to, really skew a game sometimes. If you're not focused, it just takes one bad play. And what happens is you not only give up the points for that, but you also give up a ton of momentum. And against a good team like Parkview last week, giving up momentum is not healthy. And we've got to be very careful going into games against Greenwood, who's a very well-coached team, very disciplined. Lake Hamilton, also very disciplined, very well-coached team. You can't make special teams mistakes. You can't have that. You can't give away points to those teams. So good opportunity tonight to clean that up.
Two well-coached teams tonight. Brad Harris in his 6th year at the helm of the Benton Panthers. He's 45-23 in his time at Benton. That ties him for 4th all-time on the Benton wins list with Max Graham. He can pass Coach Graham tonight with a victory. Brad has won 66% of his games, 4th best all time. Steve Airy is the head coach of Mountain Home in his 2nd year. He is in the Missouri Football Coaches Hall of Fame. 184 wins as a Missouri high school coach, came across the border to Mountain Home, and is now 8-10 in his 2nd year at Mountain Home. So a couple of good coaches.
Yeah, and he's definitely turned around the Mountain Home program, who was previously really never saw much success, but you can tell they're well coached. That what they did to Van Buren last week, they've got a good team put together. We should have a good ball game. I guarantee you they're going to have a big home crowd for this Benton group.
And, of course, the offensive coordinator, a familiar name for Mountain Home, Ryan Mallett, former Razorback quarterback.
Surprising they don't have more passing yards with Ryan Mallett as the offensive coordinator, but that's the only thing that surprises me about that. I always love watching, and everybody that's watching the live stream, I'm sure we'll get some camera angles. You'll be able to see. You can't miss him because he's so tall, but he gets pretty animated sometimes. He's pretty fun to watch.
So we continue the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show this week in Benton Panther sports. Let's talk a little cross country. Last week at the Danny Westbrook Invitational at Bishop Park, the boys finished 6th and the girls 4th. Top finishers for the Benton girls, Abigail McElhaney in 5th and Melina West in 12th place. For the boys, Samuel Morales finished 11th and Mason Lucas finished 19th. Down on the junior high level last week at Bishop Park, the boys finished 2nd and the girls finished 6th. For the boys, Jerome Zaremba finished 8th, and a familiar name, Evan Garrett, who helps Mom Morgan with our graphics on the broadcast, finished 10th last week.
Top 10 finish. You can't. I got a Facebook message on that. I was pretty impressed. I love the top 10 finish. He's been moving up every week. I've been watching. His placement has been moving up. He's improved this entire season. So proud of Evan.
So we're going to expect 9th or better tomorrow.
9th or better tomorrow, right? Evan. You got to roll.
Yeah, for the girls, Addison Raspberry finished 15th. The junior and senior high track will run at Lake Hamilton tomorrow morning. Volleyball, wow. We had Coach Shoup at halftime last week, and she talked about how they really needed to be tested last Saturday in the Conway tournament. Not only were they tested, they won the thing. They beat Van Buren 3-0, Little Rock Christian 2-1, and Jonesboro 2-1. That is 3 perennial powerhouses in volleyball that the Lady Panthers took down and won the Conway tournament last weekend.
That's pretty big time. I saw a few pictures posted on Instagram with they were pretty proud of themselves, as they should be, because that's a big tournament to win. Great opponents that they didn't just win. That was not a setup tournament. That was a competitive tournament right there.
And with some tired legs after playing all last Saturday, they still had 3 sweeps this week over Lakeside, Parkview, and Maumelle. Lady Panthers are now 24-3 overall, 13-0 in conference. And might want to tell you, senior night in the final home game is Tuesday at the arena at 5 o'clock against Sylvan Hills. Come out and support those girls as they finish off the home schedule and look to finish out a perfect conference season. They've got a big one next Thursday at Little Rock Christian, and if they can win that one, they will be sole conference champions for this year. 7th grade against Conway on Monday night, and both 7th grade teams won 22-16 and 16-0 over Conway. That's 2 really good wins for the 7th grade. Congratulations to the 7th grade Panthers. And last night, Freddie survived a downpour in the 8th grade game at Roy Davis Field. The 8th graders won 52-6 over Little Rock Catholic, and the freshmen followed it up with a 35-7 win over Little Rock Catholic in junior high football.
And that's fantastic. Those junior high squads are rolling.
Last week in the 6A West, Benton defeated Parkview 30-23. Mountain Home defeated Van Buren 42-15. Lake Hamilton slipped by Russellville. Russellville led that in the fourth quarter, 32-27, before Lake Hamilton got a couple of touchdowns to win it 42-32, and Greenwood defeated Siloam Springs 54-17. Tonight in the 6A West, in addition to our game at Mountain Home, Greenwood is at Russellville, and that ought to be a good one. We're going to keep an eye on that one tonight. Lake Hamilton is at Siloam Springs, and Van Buren is at Little Rock Parkview. Last week in Saline County, Bryant defeated Central 63-0. Harmony Grove defeated Bauxite 27-22. Glen Roach defeated Bismarck 35-7. Tonight in Saline County, Little Rock Southwest is at Bryant. Bauxite's at Fountain Lake. Arkadelphia is at Harmony Grove, and Fowlkes at Glen Rose. Our picks to click tonight, Freddie's going with Andre Lane and Kane Simmons. Mason, Matt, and crew are going with Donovan Pearson and Jaden Collinette. Dio?
I took Strand Smith. Need him to have another big night, and I think he will. And, of course, Jake Jones, 10 tackles last year. I'm expecting him to have another big night tonight.
And give us a couple of keys to victory tonight for the Panthers.
Well, offense has got to stay on schedule. Do what you do. If they can stay on their schedule, they're gonna win this game. And defense, keep them off schedule. Get them out of their game plan, and this should go down in the books as an easy win.
Both teams on the field. The Panthers dressed in their all-white road jerseys with maroon helmets. Mountain Home is in their home blue jerseys, white numbers, white helmets, white pants. As the teams take the field, Mountain Home is going to kick off. Jack Sheener will kick off for Mountain Home, and we're about to get this one underway. First quarter brought to you tonight by Merchants and Farmers Bank. They're not new to Saline County, just new to Benton, and their new branch in downtown Benton has opened at 300 North Main Street, across from the courthouse. You can find out more about Merchants and Farmers Bank at mfbanknet.com as Jack Sheener has it teed up. And we are about ready to get the 7th game of the 2021 season underway from North Arkansas. Mountain Home's kickoff is going to hit at the 20, fielded on a bounce by Kane Simmons up the Mountain Home sideline, returns it to the 40, and Benton in good field position to open the game as a late flag thrown by the official on the near side after the play. As Strand Smith leads the Benton offense out on the field, we'll see what the penalty is all about.
Looked like there was a little pushing and jarring maybe, but.
And a block in the back.
That was a little bit of a late flag for a block in the back. It looked like usually that flag comes out at that point when it's somebody having a tussle.
So they're going to move the Panthers back as a result of the penalty and set the ball down at the 29. That's where Benton will put it in play. First down and 10. Strand Smith, the Benton quarterback, completes 61% of his passes, 1,615 yards on the season, 18 touchdowns for the 6'2", 200-pound senior quarterback. Elijah Harris gets the start tonight at center. Eli Krebs is your right guard. Christian Evans, your right tackle. First play, pitches it out to Andre Lane, and Freddie's pick to click is going to make the catch and carry it to the 38. 9-yard gain on first down, Dio.
Well, and I'm glad to see him going back to Andre Lane. Last year he had a big game against him. Coach Ray really likes to take advantage of this defensive formation that they line up in. You can see how far off the ball their defensive backs are.
Strand's throw beyond the reach of Donovan Pearson, and Panthers very fortunate that Shane Rowden didn't pick that one off, Dio. Hit him right in the hands.
Well, I don't know what happened on that play. It looked like maybe a miscommunication with – I don't know that Donovan Pearson expected that ball because it kind of looked like it surprised him when it got there.
So it's 3rd down and 4. The possession started at the 31. It's at the 38. It's Walker Davis, Connor Morgan on the left side of the Benton offensive line. Andre Lane, Donovan Pearson, Cam Harris are the receivers. Going to give it off to Casey Johnson, and Casey's going to have the first down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, good time to give the ball to Casey. That 3rd and 4 is such a good down and distance for Benton because it really opens up the entire playbook to us.
Drake Womack, the H-back, going to protect to Strand Smith going deep. Cam Harris catch inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line.
Well, that's just a pretty pass. I mean, dropped it right in there over his shoulder.
55 yards, Strand Smith to Cameron Harris, and it's first down and goal for the Panthers. They give it off to Casey Johnson, and they're going to mark Casey short of the end zone inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, somebody got in there, defensive lineman got in there and tripped him up a little bit. Yeah, they got Mountain Home on their heels. I like this, but I don't want to see them run it 4 times in a row necessarily.
So they'll run it twice into the end zone. Casey Johnson, touchdown.
I know last week against Parkview we saw them, get on the three. We got stopped on the three, but we ran the ball 4 times in a row. And I just feel like when you got a receiver like Cam Harris and a quarterback like Strand Smith, you got to at least give Cameron Harris an opportunity to go up and get a ball.
6-play, 69-yard touchdown drive for the Panthers. Lucas Wilbur on for the extra point. And it was a perfect snap from Cole Tanner. Perfect hold by Logan Owen. The kick good. Benton leads it 7-0 with 10:39 to go in the first quarter. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
Panthers with great coverage on the kickoff as Andrew Armstrong down on the tackle for Benton. And Mountain Home is going to open their first drive, Dio, at their own 16-yard line. Andrew with a great tackle on special teams.
Well, nothing better than to give the PDC, a long field to force the offense to try to go. Really look for Jake Jones. I'd like to see Jake Jones in the backfield harassing their quarterback and running backs all night.
Brady Barnett is the Mountain Home quarterback. Panthers showing blitz on first down. Barnett keeps, and he's going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage as Bo Wright made the tackle. Starting tonight for Benton, Chase Harding gets the start at nose guard in place of Connor Jewell, who is out tonight. Hunter Goodwin and Peyton McNeely are the ends. Zane Manchek, Jake Jones, Bo Wright, the linebackers. Patrick Shipp is the spur. Jaden Collinette and Jack Woolbright are the corners. Kane Simmons is the bandit. Chris Bernard is your free safety on second down and 10 for Mountain Home. Barnett drops back, looks, ball came out of his hand, and there is a scramble for it at the 15-yard line. The Panthers are saying they've got it, and they do. Hunter Goodwin comes up with it, and Benton is already in the red zone.
Well, I couldn't tell if the quarterback just lost the ball. I don't know if we can get a replay on that or not, but I couldn't tell if the quarterback just lost the ball in his hands or if somebody got a hand on it. It definitely looked like he was trying to throw a pass, but.
So the Panthers have it with 9:48 to go in the first quarter. First down and 10 at the Mountain Home 15-yard line. Benton already leading 7-0. Strand Smith going to throw to a wide-open Andre Lane. Touchdown, Panthers.
Boy, they set that play up so well with that little, with the little sideline route that they run. You see our player go up with his hands up and just draws the defense eyes, and they never saw Andre coming around the corner. Looks like he's blocking.
Just wide open along the far sideline. Benton up 13-0 as Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. 14-0 Panthers, 9:41 to go in the first quarter tonight on the Benton Football Network.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
Dylan Bosley's kickoff, and we had a whistle as Brody Patterson fielded it at the 5-yard line. It looks like we're going to have just a big old do-over right here. Andre Lane, his second receiving touchdown of the season, a perfectly thrown pass from Strand Smith, and it was all set up by the Hunter Goodwin fumble recovery. Benton leads at 14-0 with 9:41 to go in the first quarter as they penalize the Panthers for offsides on the kickoff. Going to force Dylan Bosley to kick it from the 35-yard line.
And we may be having some technical issues here.
It's a kickoff return by Mountain Home to the 32-yard line. That's where the Bombers will put it in play. Mountain Home led out onto the field by Brady Barnett, their junior quarterback. As they huddle, break the huddle. Going with a 2 tight end set, 1 running back in the backfield. Jake Jones showing blitz. They fake to Lindsey. Barnett keeps it, has running room around the right side. Bo Wright's going to drag him down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I'm sure the running back really appreciates the quality of that fake because he absolutely got taken down in the backfield. Quarterback did a good job on that option, though.
2nd down and 5, Mountain Home at their own 37-yard line. They're going to operate out of an empty gun this time. 5 receivers set. It's a Panther 3-down line, dig in. Jake Jones again showing blitz. Barnett just going to keep on a quarterback run, and he's going to be near the first down as Bo Wright again made the stop for the Panther defense, but they give him 5 yards and a first down.
Yeah, and I don't know that their coach was able to draw that up like that, but you know, Jake Jones doesn't, as the middle linebacker, sometimes they'll stunt through the B gap or the C gap. For those of you guys who don't know, that's the the guard tackle gap or the tackle tight end gap. Instead of going through the A gap, well, the quarterback ran right through the A gap, but Jake had been sent on a blitz through the B gap.
Again, an empty backfield, snap to Barnett, just a direct quarterback run over the 45 to the 46-yard line as Bernard and McNeely finish off the tackle.
You know, honestly, they may have to stick with a lot of the quarterback run game because any time it takes to hand the ball off in the backfield is just time they don't have.
Barnett going to throw this time, and he throws it very high over the head of Blake Bentley, his intended receiver. That'll make it 3rd down and 6, Mountain Home.
Well, and he had a receiver open there. He just floated the ball right over his head.
3rd down and 6 for the Bombers at their own 46-yard line. Benton leads 14-0 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Well, I was about to say, if you guys, if you're watching the live stream, number 76, Sam Morton for Mountain Home, I thought, man, that guy looks awfully tall. I just look on the roster, he's 6'5". That makes a lot of sense.
6'5", 200-pound junior. Their center, Alex Pizzamenti, is 6'4", 250. And then their 2 guards are 5'8" and 5'9".
I kind of want to tell their coach, you need to put a number 80 something and put that kid at tight end at 6'5", 200.
3rd down and 6. Barnett takes a snap, looking left, throwing left. Bentley with the catch into Benton territory, down to the 45-yard line. Jaden Collinet on the tackle for the Panthers, but that'll move the chains, Dio. 1st down, Mountain Home.
Mountain Home finding a little bit of success, but you notice what they're doing. They're either throwing it to the edges or the quarterback's just trying to, run and get what yards he can.
1st down and 10, Bombers at the Benton 45. Give, and that's going nowhere. As Hunter Goodwin blew that one up in the backfield. Mason Walker on the carry, and he's going to lose a yard.
And that's why I think they're going to just run with their quarterback. That handoff has just not worked out well. There's always a Benton defender making the tackle on the running back every play.
2nd down and 11 for Mountain Home. An empty gun for Barnett, who takes a snap, just a direct run. And, Dio, you've kind of figured out their game plan as Barnett kept on that carry, Chris Bernard on the tackle.
Well, and it doesn't take a Nostradamus to notice that what's working against our defense, and really that's the only thing that's working. That extra half second it takes to make that handoff, that mesh point, is just too much time. It's allowing our defensive line into the backfield.
First quarter brought to you by Merchants and Farmers Bank tonight. It's 3rd down and 6, Mountain Home at the 41, and flags come in and blow the play dead.
I couldn't tell.
We're going to back Mountain Home up 5 yards.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if one of them wobbled or not, but when those linebackers start stemming like that and look like they're blitzing and they're coming, it makes an offensive lineman nervous, especially if they've got a reach block and they've got to, get to a certain point. It makes you awful nervous.
Ian Alvarez in at defensive end. Peyton McNeely moves to nose man on 3rd and 11. Barnett drops back, looks left. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He flips it to Walker. An improv play. Zane Manchek's going to make the tackle, but not before they reach the 34-yard line and a 1st down. Wow.
Boy, that was one heck of a play right there. But I'm afraid that young man is hurt. He took a pretty good shot, and I think he landed bad on his knee. Not that bad, if that's him up.
It's Ryan Mallett, the former Razorback, quarterback, offensive coordinator for Mountain Home. He's talking to his quarterback, Brady Barnett.
Oh, that's number 8, not number 9.
Is an injured bomber being attended to, and now the Mountain Home offense is taking a knee. We're going to take a short break as the injured bomber is attended to. This is Benton Panther Football on the Benton Football Network.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Gage Lindsey carries for Mountain Home on 1st down inside the 30, down to the Benton 27-yard line. It's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Well, PDC needs to show a little bend, don't break here.
2nd down, they give it to Lindsey again, and Ian Alvarez gets him in the backfield. The sophomore defensive end drops him for a loss of 2.
Well, great play by Ian Alvarez to shoot the gap there. And, our tackling has improved dramatically this season. When we get a hold of somebody, we don't typically let go of them. Really good to see.
Alvarez, the 6'2", 200-pound sophomore with a big tackle for loss. It's 3rd and 6 for Mountain Home, and all kinds of movement up front. Everybody on the offensive line moved, but the center snapping the ball, Dio.
Their receivers left. Everybody left. The only person that didn't do anything was the center. I think the quarterback was even expecting the ball.
Mountain Home has converted 2 third downs on this drive, and they face another 3rd down. 3rd down and 11 at the Benton 34-yard line. 5:20 and counting in the first quarter. Benton leads 14-0. Barnett in the shotgun, takes the snap. He drops back. He's looking right and throwing, and he throws high, intended for Dylan Drury. Prevarius Perkins in coverage for the Panthers, and it'll be 4th and 11.
Yeah, I was going to say 3rd and 11, 3rd and long is a really good spot to have this Mountain Home offense with their passing game only averaging 115 yards passing a night. they're really not built to, they don't have that in their repertoire. Repertoire? I don't know. It's a French word.
That's Freddie. He'll sort it out for you.
Freddie, how do you say that? Repertoire?
Shoulder shrug Reinhardt over there. 4th down and 11, and Barnett is going to punt it. And Chris Bernard's going to field it and go to the ground at the 17-yard line. That play just looked messed up all the way around.
It looked very messed up, and I didn't see Chris Bernard do the fair catch signal, but I would recommend to him that he does that next time.
1st down and 10 Panthers following the 17-yard punt. It's Benton football at their own 17-yard line, and we've got a whistle and a timeout by Mountain Home. We'll take it with them. Benton leads 14-0 with 4:57 to go in the first quarter. This is the Benton Football Network.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time. Your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
Tonight's first quarter brought to you by Merchants and Farmers Bank. They have opened their new branch in downtown Benton at 300 North Main Street across from the courthouse. It's within walking distance of Dio's house.
It is.
And if he doesn't walk in and wants to find out more about Merchants and Farmers, he can do so at mfbanknet.com. Merchants and Farmers Bank, proud sponsors of Benton Panther football. On 1st down, Strand Smith looking, throwing, catch made along the Benton sideline by Drake Womack at the 23-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Well, really, really impressed on that play. Strand Smith clearly had a deep route. That was a double move route plan, but went to his second progression and completed the pass.
Give it off to Brandon Johnson on 2nd down, and the Mountain Home defense hits him in the backfield and drops Brandon for a loss. Shane Rowden on the tackle for Mountain Home. They're going to actually give Brandon Ford progress to the 23, and it'll be 3rd and 4. Panthers to the line, shotgun snap to Smith. Good protection. He stands in the pocket tall and throws just beyond the reach of Cameron Harris, who had broken free behind the Mountain Home secondary.
Yeah, that's one of those balls Strand would like to have back to throw again, and he would put just a touch more air under it, and Cameron would be able to go get it. And that's where that wind blowing may have affected that ball flight a little bit. Especially because, and I can't see a flag on there. I can't tell which direction the wind is blowing it on the field.
If it's out of the north, it's blowing across. It's an east-west field. Bo Wright averages 38 yards a punt. He's pressured, and looks like Mountain Home may have gotten a piece of that one as it's going to roll out of bounds at the Benton 47-yard line. Just a 24-yard punt, and Mountain Home's going to have it, Dio, in good field position.
Yeah, kind of surprising out of the offense there that we weren't able to put something together better than that. I'd like to see we found some success in the middle of the defense running the ball, but the only run we tried on that play was to the outside, and they kind of gobbled it up.
1st down and 10 Bombers at the Benton 47-yard line. Barnett on the direct snap is going to lunge over the 45 down to the 43 for a gain of 4.
Well, Ryan Mallett was listening to me. He's going to just stick with his quarterback running the ball tonight.
2nd down and 6 for the Bombers at the Benton 43-yard line. Benton leads at 14-0 with 3:25 to go in the first quarter. They give it to Lindsey running to the short side of the field, and Gage Lindsey is down to the 40-yard line. Bo Wright having a good first quarter on the tackle for the Panthers.
Well, with 18 tackles last year, him and Kane have got some work to do if they're going to try to match that performance.
They give him the 38-yard line. It's going to make it 3rd down and 1 for Mountain Home at the Benton 38-yard line.
Think the quarterback runs it here, Jim?
That'd be a pretty good guess. So they've got an H-back to the left, tight end to the left. And Barnett is just going to keep it, and he has running room in to the Benton 27-yard line. A penalty flag thrown on the play. They just kind of ran the old-fashioned wedge right there, Dio.
That's exactly what that play was. But it looks like it's coming back.
As the Bomber offense in retreat. Flags thrown on the play, and we've got a false start against Mountain Home that will wipe out the carry and back the Bombers up to the 43 and make it 3rd down and 6.
Well, after a play like that, Benton defense is happy to see the flag because probably go right. Well, they're not going to do the same play.
Twins to each side. Barnett throws it up, and a receiver's open. Blake Bentley inside the 20-yard line. Jack Woolbright's going to push him out of bounds at the 19. A gain of 24 and a 1st down for Mountain Home.
I almost have to wonder if that was one of those, hey, I caught you sleeping plays, because it didn't look like we were in our coverage quite yet when the ball was snapped.
1st down and 10 in the red zone for Mountain Home at the Benton 19-yard line as Barnett looks left. I keep wanting to call him Bernard because of Chris Bernard, but it's Brady Barnett, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Jet Hannaford, at the goal line.
Well, they're going to try to get all 115 yards of passing done on this one drive.
2nd down and 10 for Mountain Home at the Benton 19-yard line. This Mountain Home huddle, something we don't see a lot of anymore these days.
We do not.
Come to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds on the snap clock. They've got an empty gun, and now a timeout called by a frustrated Ryan Mallett. We'll take it with them. A 30-second break. Benton leads at 14-0 on the Benton Football Network.
So you know how in the 4th quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the 4th quarter, you shouldn't have stress. And that's what, at Cornerstone, we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
City of Benton is proud of the Panthers and reminds you that tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. you can visit the Farmers Market in downtown Benton. Also, the annual City of Benton Truck or Treat event is just 2 weeks from tomorrow, Saturday, October 30th from 6 to 8 p.m. behind Highland Chapel. Free candy and hayrides. Barnett is going to keep, and he's got nowhere to run as he tried the right side and is met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 is not a great spot for this offense.
It's Bombers huddle. Barnett looking at his play list on his wrist. Calls the play. They break the huddle. Trips to the right. Now they're going to move a receiver over to the left. So twins to each side. One back in the backfield with Barnett, who takes a snap, looks right, throws right. Jack Woolbright in coverage, and he bats it away from Jed Hannaford in the end zone. Incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 10.
Well, and Hannaford almost got a little bit of a push off, but Jack put himself in a really good position right there to, you saw him push off Jack's back, but he didn't go down.
Little fist pump from our engineer sitting here next to us. Big brother Mason right there. 4th down and 10 for the Bombers at the Benton 19. And they're going to go for it. Barnett takes a snap, drops back, looking right, throwing right. It's picked off. It is intercepted by Jack Woolbright, and he has a pick six in mind at the 30, at the 20. Gage Lindsey pushes him out of bounds. How about little brother Jack?
That'll make you proud, won't it, Mason? I'm going to tell you right now, that was a good play. He had that play dead to rights the entire way. He jumped the route. And I'm impressed with the fact that he held on to the ball, but who knew that Jack had those kind of wheels?
He was outrunning Bobby Wynn, who was trying to keep pace with him on the Benton sideline. As Jack picked it off at the 12, returned it inside the 20-yard line.
I would like to, oh, man, there we go.
First down, Panthers give to Casey Johnson, and he is going to carry down to the 10-yard line.
I would like to know what Jack was saying to the gentleman that knocked him out of bounds. I think he was probably telling him, hey, you just took away a touchdown.
Carter Sanders in at center. They give it to Donovan Pearson on the jet sweep, and he's going to have the first down to the 6-yard line, running to the short side of the field. Elijah Harris is back to his normal spot at left guard. Carter Sanders is now your Panther center, and Benton has it first and goal at the Bomber 6-yard line with 27 seconds to go in the first quarter. Benton leads at 14-0 and looking to add to the lead. Touchdown here would match their point total in the first quarter last year against Mountain Home as they throw it to Andre Lane. Andre ducks his head and his shoulder and plows down to the 1.
Well, I don't know. I think he was laying on top of Mountain Home Bomber, reaching in. I think they should have probably given him that score.
And the Panthers don't get the playoff before the first quarter runs out. It was a good first quarter for Benton as the Panthers lead at 14-0 after one quarter tonight in Mountain Home. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network. CTS Services is a Benton-owned company that specializes in industrial cleaning, waste disposal, and COVID-19 disinfection. CTS is a strong, secure company looking to add team members interested in a good career. CDL and non-CDL positions are available with competitive wages, IRA with a 3% company match, and health and life insurance benefits. For job, information, or cleaning services, give CTS a call at 501-778-4535.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Opening play of the second quarter is a give to Casey Johnson running right, and he's going to be stopped short of the end zone by Moses Adams, the strong side linebacker for Mountain Home. At the 1-yard line, it's going to be third down and goal, Panthers at the Bomber. Well, they actually mark it at the 2, at the Bomber 2-yard line. Benton trying to punch it in for the third time in this first half. Benton leads at 14-0 and looking to add to the lead. On third down and goal, Womack motions to the right. Going to give it to Casey, running right. Boy, he got a great block on the edge from Drake Womack. Waltzes into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, Drake Womack just basically set a wall up for him. All Casey had to do was he pranced into the end zone.
So Casey with his second touchdown of the first half, his 6th of the season, and the Panthers lead it 20-0. Tanner's snap is perfect. Logan Owens' hold, perfect. And Lucas Wilbur's extra point, perfect. And with 11:21 to go in the first half, Benton leads 21-0 tonight over Mountain Home on the Benton Football Network.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Tony Linehan, the great sports editor of the Saline Cougar, lets us know 5-play, 17-yard touchdown drive that Casey Johnson waltzed in on a 2-yard run. 2 touchdowns for Casey in this first half, D.O.
Jim, I'm sticking with pranced in. I mean,
Okay.
waltzed in works too. I mean, I know that's the more traditional thing, but I like pranced in. But that was a pretty good drive, and you know, that's 2 turnovers for the PDC turned into 2 touchdowns.
It's Lucas Wilbur's kick going to be returned over the 30. Running room for Brody Patterson over the 40. 30, Lucas Wilbur going to make a touchdown-saving tackle, and a flag comes in as the Panthers, D.O., for the second week in a row get gashed on a kickoff return as Mountain Home returns it all the way to the Benton 18.
Well, and as good as our kickoff coverage has been, that's really kind of a surprise.
As a flag came in at the tackle.
That had to be a face mask or a horse collar, but it didn't look like either one.
And they're going to call personal foul face mask against Mountain Home.
I think he pointed the wrong direction. We'll see if we can see it here on the replay.
Yeah, he pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, I think he just pointed the wrong way because he's used to the first quarter. That's what it is.
They are going to step it off against Benton and move the ball down inside the 10-yard line. They're actually going to set it down on the 10. So first down and goal, Mountain Home at the 10-yard line following the big kickoff return by Brody Patterson. They're going to go tight end to the left, H-back to the right on first down, give it off to Gage Lindsey, and he's just going to bull his way down to the 5-yard line. Not a guy who's going to try to get to the edge, Brad Harris said, but he is on this field, an east and west runner exclusively.
Yeah, well, and he's a pretty well-built kid. I mean, that's the kind of guy you want to, give the ball to in the middle. Zane Manchek comes out, looks like with an injury. He was tapping his head and kind of limping off the field, so we'll see how that impacts the defensive line here.
Second and goal. Barnett keeps, and Kane Simmons drops him at the 4-yard line. Looked like Barnett had a hole on the outside, Dio, and Kane Simmons just closed it off quickly.
Yeah, Kane Simmons came in. That's exactly what he's supposed to do from that position, and really met the quarterback at the line of scrimmage, which is ideal for that bandit position.
Third down and goal, Mountain Home at the Benton 4-yard line. 10-10 to go in the second quarter. Benton leads 21-0. Bombers threatening. Is Barnett going to run the option to the right? He lowers his shoulder, striving for the end zone, and he's not going to get there as the PDC stops him at the 1. Jake Jones on the tackle for the Panthers, and it's fourth and goal, Mountain Home at the 1-yard line.
Well, and we sent Kane Simmons on a blitz there off the edge and ran him right into the running back to block him. And really, we kind of blitzed into that gain. Had we not had a blitz on, Kane would have probably been there to make that tackle again.
Fourth and goal. Barnett goes under center. They're going to quarterback sneak, and it looks like Barnett is in the end zone. And there's the signal. Touchdown, Mountain Home. As Brady Barnett scores on the quarterback sneak from 1 yard. Dio, that touchdown set up by the big kickoff return.
Special teams coming into play again. I mean, and if you really look at it, you've had 2 turnovers by Mountain Home that have turned into 2 touchdowns for Benton, and then a special teams play turned into a touchdown for Mountain Home. So, otherwise – it's a 7-0 game as far as our offenses and defenses, are concerned on their own.
Jack Sheener's extra point is good. 9:27 to go in the second quarter. It's now Panthers 21, Bombers 7. This is Benton football on the Benton Football Network.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Jack Sheener's kickoff is going to be fielded, bobbled at the 20-yard line, and Jack Woolbright's going to cover it right there. And the Panthers will put it in play 80 yards away, first down and 10. Benton leading 21-7 tonight with 9:22 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's second quarter brought to you by Cornerstone Home Lending. Having Cornerstone do a little financing for me right now, and you talking about a painless process. As first down flip out to Donovan Pearson. He bobbles and drops it. It's incomplete. And it's second down. It seems like the PDC's been on the field a lot tonight, Dio. The offense really needs to
they need to have a sustained drive right here. I mean, we've got we don't have great field position, but starting from the 20s, nothing new to the Panthers. We had a great opening drive, but really the offense hasn't really done much since then. I mean, other than score twice.
Yeah, exactly. Yet you lead 21-7.
But those were both on short fields, so, exactly. PDC's having to put in some work tonight.
Brandon Johnson in the sidecar to Strand Smith's left. He's going to get the carry running right. Breaks a couple of tackles. Brandon's still on his feet. It takes 5 bombers to get him down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down and 10 for the Panthers. Johnson again going to set to the left of Strand Smith. Panthers go on the ground quickly. Johnson breaks a tackle, lowers his shoulder, and is going to have the first down over the 30 to the 31. Great run by Brandon.
It was a great run by Brandon. I thought they had him bottled up back there, but he kind of did that nifty little spin move there and just got out. It really broke 3 tackles because of it, because the other defender coming over kind of got tripped up by the other 2 guys.
First down and 10 for Benton. Quick flip out to Andre Lane, and Andre trying to break tackles. The Mountain Home defense was ready for that quick screen to the short side of the field for no gain. It'll be second and 10. Second down and 10 Panthers at I actually marked that back at the 30, so second down and 11 is Lane, Womack, and Pearson split to the wide side of the field. Cameron Harris, the lone receiver, to the short side. Brandon Johnson in the backfield, going to get the carry, running to the short side, and he's going to reach the 35-yard line where he's tackled by their sophomore defensive end, Robert Dover, 6'4", 205 pounds, and a young man that really stood out to Brad Harris in his film study. A lot of sophomores on the field tonight for both teams.
Yeah, which is a good thing for both programs. But yeah, I see what Coach Harris sees in him. I mean, he's one of those big, kind of just thick-bodied kids. You know what I'm saying? He's the kind of kid you can put another 30, 40 pounds on, and his frame can handle it.
Third down and 6 pass from Smith to Pearson. Incomplete, and on fourth down and 6 at the 35, Brad Harris leaves the offense on the field. As they try to get Mountain Home to jump, now Strand changing the play at the line of scrimmage, 10 on the snap clock, and it appears as if Benton's going to go for it. They are. Fourth down and 6 throw. Cam Harris catch, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to be down to the 48-yard line. A gutsy roll of the dice on your own end of the field. The Panthers convert 13 yards.
You know, that's putting a lot of trust in your quarterback and receiver, but the way Cam Harris has played this year, you've got a matchup that you like over there.
So they give it off to Brandon Johnson, and he's going to be into Mountain Home territory, a gain of 3 to the 49. Second, well, they mark it back at the 50. I'm having trouble with the marks tonight. Second down and 8 as Strand fakes to Johnson, looking downfield, now scrambling to his right, throwing on the run to Drake Womack down to the 30, 27-yard line. First down, Panthers. That was a great throw on the run, right on the money to Drake Womack.
Well, and let me tell you something. Strand sets that up because the defender is over there. Strand takes off running, which draws the defender up. Drake does exactly what he's been taught to do, which is when you're short, go deep, wide open, great play.
First down flip to Casey Johnson, and he's going to be in the red zone down to the Mountain Home 18-yard line. And now you feel the rhythm building for the Panther offense. 9 yards on the gain. It's second down and 1 for Benton. At the Mountain Home 18, Smith takes the snap. He looks. He's throwing for Andre Lane, and he overthrows him. Dylan Drury in coverage for Mountain Home. It'll be third down and 1, Panthers at the 18 with 5:51 to go in the second quarter, leading 21-7 and trying to add to that lead. Smith going to have Johnson to his right, going to throw it out quick to Donovan Pearson. Pearson with the first down to the 13-yard line. Drury and Tristan Hayes on the tackle for Mountain Home, but a gain of 5 and a first down, Benton. First down and 10, Panthers at the Mountain Home 13-yard line. Panthers have converted a fourth down and a couple of third downs on this drive as Casey Johnson inside the 10-yard line, down near the 8. I'm going to mark him at the 9, give Casey 4 yards at second down and 6.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I mean, I feel like at this point, second and 6, you don't have to go for the end zone. That's exactly what I wanted to see him do, is give it to Casey. Just try to give themselves a shorter field. They've still got the opportunity to get a first down. I think they've probably got about a yard to go to get the first down, and they can have a whole new set of downs.
Casey with 5 yards on the carry behind Carter Sanders, Elijah Harris, and Eli Krebs. It's third down and 1, Benton at the Mountain Home 4-yard line. Womack motions to the left. Now Pearson on the jet sweep to the left. He's got the edge. He's got the end zone. Touchdown, Donovan Pearson. And the Panthers add to the lead. It's now 27-7 Panthers.
A little bit of thunder and lightning. Casey up the middle. Give it to Pearson around the edge.
4:34 to go in the first half, and Lucas Wilbur on to knock the PAT through, and he does just that. 4:34 until halftime, and Benton leads it tonight 28-7 over Mountain Home. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real five-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
This is something you don't hear every day, Dio. 15-play, 80-yard drive in 4 minutes, 53 seconds for the Benton Panthers.
15 plays is a lot for the Benton Panthers in a drive. We don't usually do that. It's usually 4 plays, 2 minutes, a minute and a half, 47 seconds. But that's the kind of drive that we needed, is a good, sustained drive. And we had some adversity. We came back, battled back, had several third downs on that series. Now let's have some kickoff coverage.
So Lucas Wilbur will kick it off for the Panthers, and this has been the soft spot in the Benton game the last 2 weeks. As the kick that time, really good coverage, and your man Bentley Stamper tackles Brody Patterson at the 29.
I just like his name. I think if football doesn't work out for him, he might need to go like I could imagine that as a fashion designer, Bentley Stamper Design. Did I take that too far? Mason's over here thinking, what in the world?
Freddie's about to fall out of his seat over there.
Well,
first down, Barnett on the keep, and he's over the 30-yard line to the 32. Jake Jones with a good tackle.
Boy, Mountain Home is they're going to wear this quarterback out if they keep running the ball with him, but he's the only player that's really had sustained success against this defense.
So Bombers huddle, break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 7. Andrew Armstrong in there at spur for the Panthers. Barnett keeps, and Kane Simmons is going to make the tackle at the 37-yard line. Jake Jones in there as well. A gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 2.
So that play is when we used to play, sandlot football, we draw that play up as I'm going to get the ball and you go run in front of me, and we're going to go to the right. I think that's what that play's called.
We'll see what they do here on 3rd down and 2. Ball on the right hash. Barnett going to keep again running right with running room. He's got the first down and more over the 45 to the 48-yard line, a gain of 11.
All right. Well, I think we've established that the quarterback is going to run the ball a lot tonight for them. Until we can stop it, that's what they're going to continue doing.
Shades of Siloam Springs, isn't it?
I mean, it's exactly like Siloam Springs.
First down and 10, Mountain Home at their own 48-yard line. This time they give it off to Lindsey, the big running back, and he's in the open field into Benton territory. Delivers a blow inside the 30 before he's pushed out of bounds by Darius Perkins at the 25-yard line. Good run that time by Gage Lindsey.
Yeah, he's 5'10", 210. That's a big-bodied running back, and you can tell he's probably carrying about 3% body fat. He's got those biceps showing off. He's looking for somebody to give a stiff arm to.
Give it to Lindsey again, and he's going to barrel down to the 21-yard line. It takes 5 Panthers to bring him down, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Mountain Home at the Benton 21. It's a clock at 2 minutes to go in the first half tonight. Benton leads at 28-7 as they break the huddle, send trips to the left. The tight end is to the right. Lindsey, the running back, to the left of his quarterback Barnett, gets the carry running right. And Lindsey going to be upended at the 17-yard line. Look who's in there on defense, Dio. Brandon Johnson on the tackle for the Panthers.
That kind of threw me off for a minute seeing him out there.
Johnson getting some action. On defense. There's a fumble on the play recovered by Mountain Home at the 16-yard line. And that was a fortuitous fumble because it gives them a first down, Dio, at the Benton 16.
Well, that was a fortuitous fumble.
First down and 10 for Mountain Home at the Benton 16-yard line. A minute and counting in the first half tonight. As Barnett fakes to Lindsey, keeps running left. Peyton McNeely doing a good job tracking him down from behind at the 14-yard line, a gain of 2. And I want to brag on Peyton McNeely a little bit. He had 7 tackles last week against Parkview, and maybe none bigger than a tackle on the edge of James Joyner on that last drive when Parkview was trying to tie the ball game. Peyton, a 6'2", 225-pound sophomore. Man, you like what you see out of that young man.
Absolutely. Well, and you think a couple more years in the weight room in that off-season program that Coach Harris runs, he's going to end up being able to get up to 245 and not lose any speed. If anything, he's going to just gain speed. And you never know, if he's done growing or not.
I want to brag on Coach Dorsey's defense, though, because we talked at the early part of the season how thin we were on the defensive line. We've got 7 on the board tonight, all underclassmen. He's done a great job of developing depth this year. On second down, the pass from Barnett to Lindsey is short, and he can't go down and pluck it off the turf. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Well, credit that to some defensive pressure. The quarterback had to get rid of it a little bit quicker than he wanted to. Really couldn't place the ball. Plus, I don't know that it would have mattered. Gage Lindsey was about to meet up with Bo Wright. Bo Wright, similar size, but pound for pound, I don't know that anybody's that as strong as Bo Wright.
3rd down and 8. Barnett looking for the end zone, throwing, and he overthrows Dylan Drury. Kane Simmons in coverage for the Panthers, and it's going to be 4th down and 8 for Mountain Home. Ball at the Benton 14-yard line, 43 seconds to go in the second quarter. And the Panthers leading 28-7. As Mountain Home going to send Jack Sheener on to attempt a field goal. Cade Yates, who started the season as Mountain Home's quarterbacked them in their first 4 games, is the holder. Snap down, hold good. Sheener's field goal attempt is good with 41 seconds to go in the first half. We'll keep it right here. Benton 28, Mountain Home 10. Good job, PDC, holding them to a field goal.
That was a great job by the PDC holding them to a field goal. I mean, they were driving the ball pretty well, but when it mattered, that bend, don't break style of defense, really came into effect there.
So 41 seconds, plenty of time for the Panther offense now.
There's plenty of time for a standard Benton Panther drive. 6 plays, need a good return here, but I don't think they're going to give us an opportunity for a good return. If they're smart, they're not going to put one where we can return it.
So you see a little squib coming right here?
I mean, what do you think? If I'm their coach, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I'm definitely going to try to keep it as non-returnable as I can.
So Jack Sheener has it teed up at the 40-yard line in the center of the field. He's going to kick it high and short. It's fielded by Jack Woolbright at the 32. Returns it up the Benton sideline. Jack with running room. Territory all the way down to the 20-yard line. Boy, there's a big return by Jack, and Benton's in the red zone.
I was about to say that you kicked it to the wrong guy if you didn't want to return. They thought the up man was going to just fair catch it or go down. Did they forget that Jack is spying the end zone tonight? I mean, he got an interception, almost returned it for a touchdown. Now kickoff, almost returned it for a touchdown.
So 1st and 10 Benton at the Mountain Home 20-yard line. It's a snap back to Strand Smith. He's throwing for the end zone to Cam Harris. Good balance, but I believe Cam was out of bounds.
Yep.
Incomplete, but boy, that was good body control.
That was really good body control. A little bit wide, but fantastic body control by Cam. He turned all the way around.
Logan Owen going to replace Cam in the lineup at receiver on 2nd down and 10. Strand Smith rolling to the left, and now a whistle, and we've got a stoppage of play and a marker thrown by the linesman on the Mountain Home sideline. A false start against the Panthers will back them up 5, much to Freddie's dismay.
Can't shoot ourselves in the foot, can we, Freddie? Not when you're on the 20. I mean, you got to score. When you get a kickoff return that gets you down almost into the red zone, gets you into the red zone, you got to score from there.
2nd and 15, Panthers at the Mountain Home 25. 23 seconds to go in the first half. Set up the screen to Casey Johnson a little bit high and through his hands, and it'll be 3rd and 15 with 20 seconds to go.
Okay, so I'm not sure why Cam's coming back in, which is and nothing against Logan Owen. He's been fantastic, but when you got a receiver, senior receiver like Cam Harris, you want him in when the series matters.
They've got a corner and a safety over there, eyeballing Cam on the short side of the field. Pearson, Lane, and Womack split to the wide side of the field. Johnson in the backfield, and Casey gets the carry. Running room to the end zone. Casey Johnson, his 3rd touchdown of the first half, and the Panthers go up 34-7. Or 34-10, excuse me.
Well, that was a good play because me and you and everybody on that defense was thinking, watch number 2. He's about to get a pass. They forgot about number 9.
Connor Morgan with a great block on Colby Lockhart on the edge. Well, the Panthers doing a great job blocking on the edge tonight.
Well, they really are.
Lucas Wilbur's extra point is perfect, and with 13 seconds to go in the first half, Benton does score to go up 35-10. We knew Mountain Home had left them too much time. What we didn't know is Jack Woolbright with a big interception return, a big kick return. The Panthers only had to go 20 yards.
I think Jack's got about 160 yards tonight, or at least 140 yards of all-purpose yards tonight, which is pretty good.
Probably from Big Brother, beating up on him in the, front yard football. And
I was the oldest of 4 boys. Out of all my brothers, the youngest was the best one at football. He had to compete with everybody ahead of him. There's something about that develops a competitive drive.
Boy, Jack has played relentless tonight. And Big Brother beaming back here, rightfully so. So 35-10 now. Benton leads it with 13 seconds to go in the first half. And now what you can't do is let Mountain Home have a big return.
True that.
Cover this kick as Lucas Wilbur puts his left foot into it, and he's going to just kick it out of bounds.
Rightly so. With 13 seconds left, you're not worried about giving them the ball on the 35-yard line because you don't really care. You know your defense. You trust your defense to stop them more so than your kickoff coverage, based on the one kickoff return that they had that was really good. We've had good coverage though on the rest of them, so that's a good thing.
So Mountain Home is going to huddle and break the huddle with 13 seconds to go in the first half. Ball in the center of the field at the Bomber 35-yard line. As Barnett takes the snap, tried to set up a screen, and he just threw that at the feet of his intended receiver as the Panther defense had that one diagnosed. It's incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 with 10 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, that screenplay was sniffed out pretty much immediately.
Got Jake Herbner in there at nose man. Panthers looking to bring 5 here on 2nd and 10. Here they come. Barnett drops back. He's just going to air it out, throwing deep, and Jaden Collinette was the closest one to that football. Couldn't catch up to it. It's incomplete. It's 3rd and 10.
I think Jaden's a little bit frustrated he didn't run faster at the beginning because he's thinking, man, that would have been an easy pick. How many interceptions he had on the year? 4? 3?
Got 3.
No, we got 2 in the one game and then the big one last week against Parkview.
Yeah, 2 against Russellville in the conference opener. And of course, the game clincher last week against Parkview. 3rd down and 10, and they're going to run the draw to Gage Lindsey. And boy, Jake Herbner
comes in at nose and gets the chance to take him down from tackle for loss. Good for him.
And that's a great way to end a good first half for the Benton Panthers tonight, who go to the halftime locker room leading Mountain Home. It is Benton 35, Mountain Home 10 at halftime. We're going to take a 2-minute break and come back with a very special guest on the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show of Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering the big bank products but small bank friendly. Building relationships, one customer at a time. We invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryant, or our newest branch opening soon in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit us online at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
Quick first half tonight up in the Ozarks at Mountain Home as Benton leads at 35-10 at halftime over the Mountain Home Bombers. Jim Gardner with you on the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. I want to welcome in a very special guest whose voice is going to be familiar to you. The new voice of Everett Field, Mason Woolbright.
Great to be here. It is just fantastic. Great to watch a ball game from the comfort of your office and not have to worry about driving back from Mountain Home tonight. But, yeah, glad to be here, Jim. Thank you.
Yeah, and Mason, before we talk about sort of the production side and MM Productions and all that you guys do, boy, you got a unique opportunity to fill the seat of a Benton legend in Steve Landers.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and it was kind of a voluntold. You know, Steve had kind of always talked about it. Hey, when I retire, you're going to fill the seat, and he always joked about it. I mean, it was a once every year thing. Hey, this will be my last year. Hey, this will be my last year. Well, he finally made it to 30 years, decided he was going to retire at the end of last fall, and he and I had not talked about it. I read Tony Linehan's write-up in the Courier about Elvis has left the building, Mason Woolbright is coming into the building, and I thought, well, I guess it's my turn now. But, yeah, it's a big seat to fill, but I'm glad to be in it.
And you're doing a spectacular job of it, Mason. I know all of Benton appreciates and is glad to have you as the new voice of Everett Field. But you also have a pretty big responsibility here at MM Productions. I want to go back to when Fidelity decided to do away with local broadcasting. That opened a door of opportunity for you and Matt. Can you kind of talk about how MM Productions was born?
Sure. So I was a sophomore in college. Matt and I were working together at Fidelity. He was full-time, I was part-time, and but they got bought out by a company called Cable One, had no desire to do public access TV, weren't in it, and didn't feel like getting into it. And so while we were out of a job, the opportunity arose for us to create one for ourselves. They were either going to put all the equipment in a closet and let it collect dust or send it to auction. And so Matt and I used our severance packages and bought all the equipment at a premium price to us. So started a company in no debt, kept the contracts that Fidelity had, and haven't stopped adding new ones since then. And it's been great to kind of transition from being a college student while owning a business to now being a college graduate and having to figure out how to balance where we want to take this. And we've got great big plans and can't wait to see what it becomes.
So from its birth to now, certainly Panther fans familiar with what y'all do in producing our broadcast of Benton Panther football. And you also produce the Bryan Hornet broadcast. But beyond that, tell everybody what all y'all are involved with beyond just Benton and Bryan football.
Sure. So, yeah, Benton and Bryan have kind of always been the cornerstones with Fidelity and since become weekly occurrences for M&M. We've now gotten our foot in the door with UCA football. We're going there tomorrow, actually. So when we get done here, we'll pack up and head to Conway tonight. Early morning tomorrow there for a 4 o'clock kickoff as UCA takes on Eastern Kentucky. We are the production partner with Arkansas PBS on their coverage of all the Arkansas high school state finals in football and basketball and baseball and softball. We also partner with the NFHS network to produce volleyball, cheer, dance, soccer, all those that don't make it on TV that are still parents and grandparents that aren't able to attend can still view that. We have gotten into corporate events. COVID was actually really good for our business. It was on the front end not sure what was going to go on because we were not in the world of sports anymore. But then came the opportunity for virtual environments and being able to have Zoom calls or limited gatherings. And so being able to live stream those for corporate clients has been great for us. And that business is still here after COVID. It's kind of taken a back seat. But, you know, it's been great because we've really never stopped. And it's always, I mean, looking back to where we were in May of 19 and before that at Fidelity to where we are now, it passes by quickly, and it's tough to realize that, man, that's where we were and here where we are now. We've made purchases and acquisitions of divisions of other companies. We have bought equipment. We've taken on greater contracts, one with the Great American Conference, broadcasting all of their finals to the GAC Sports Network. And so we've never looked back, let me rephrase. We always look back, but it's been a great ride. And I have to thank Matt Johnson, Matt M&M, Mason M&M, the two M's of M&M. But we also have a fantastic staff. We have people on the road all the time covering events for us, from sports to corporate events to anything you can think of. And we couldn't do it without them. We've got 5 people at Bryant working the ball game there tonight. We have 2 in Mountain Home running cameras. Everybody else is here at our office, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But it's been, I mean, all of the thanks has to go to our staff, and Matt is a fantastic partner to be in business with. And there's Matt and I talk often. If one of the M's, if something happened to one of the M's, M&M would not be anyone. I mean, we depend on so much on each other. And Matt has his roles, and I have mine, and it's been a great journey so far, and I can't wait to see what it turns into from here.
A great partnership, and a part of COVID has necessitated some invention.
Yeah.
Sure, necessity is the mother of invention. And one of those inventions has been remote broadcasting. So we're doing our 4th game, 2 last year, and this is the 2nd this year, where we have actually called the broadcast from Benton while the Panthers were playing away. I want you to talk about how you make that happen.
Sure. So I did a walk around earlier in the second half of this ball game here. You and Dio and Freddie are sitting here in this boardroom with a lot of screens in front of you. You've got the main broadcast up there on the wall, and then you're looking at separate camera angles there on the table. But then you take a walk right out into our warehouse. There's our trailer. We've called it Red. I don't know why, but step right into the back door. Matt, Tamara, and Mike are doing a great job producing this broadcast. Matt's behind the switcher directing it. He gets in y'all's ears as little as possible that way y'all can call a game, and he's pushing the buttons that make the camera angles appear when they want to. He overlays the graphics over that and any sponsored elements y'all have. Tamara is cold, and that trailer, I understand, that air condition blows right on her. She's working replay, that machine right beside her is graphics. And our graphics operator tonight isn't even here. She's working from home. Mike Helmbeck is behind the audio desk. He's making sure y'all sound good, everything in y'all's ears sound good, and everything for the viewers are able to hear well at home. But then we walk out of the trailer, we're back into our warehouse, and I walked outside to just show you that we are nowhere near Mountain Home. We're nowhere near Bomber Stadium. We are sitting here in the industrial park of Benton, Arkansas, calling a ball game 3 hours away. And what became y'all being lazy, not wanting to drive a long way. The Everett family was gracious to us last year to let us allow us to come there and sit in their boardroom last year. But then we knew that at some point we wanted to expound on it. We wanted to, and so we brought it here to the office. We're doing the full-scale broadcast that we would do if we were at home. So if we're at Everett Field on a Friday night, the exact same setup is what we're doing for road games. The one caveat is that there's only 2 people there at the stadium. Everybody else is either at our office or at home. Like I said, Morgan, she's remoted into that computer working graphics. Her son is remoted into another. Evan helps her out. They're both sitting at their living room with Morgan, Evan, and Alyssa are sitting at their living room watching the ball game on the TV and typing up graphics to pop up on the screen from their house. So the technology of it all will never cease to amaze me, that we don't have to be at the stadium, but then add another layer of it that there's people on our staff that are working from our truck, but they're not actually working in the truck. And it's been great to see and just to learn that all this is possible for when it's in our back pocket if we ever need it.
It's remarkable because, quite frankly, what necessitated it last year wasn't laziness as it was press box restriction.
Sure.
So we were going to have to do a game in the bleachers, which we've done before,
right,
but it's certainly not our preference. And you saw last year in ESPN broadcast college football, that was the norm.
Right.
And you guys were able to pull that off with high school broadcasts, which to me is just remarkable.
Yeah, and ESPN is still doing it. They'll have their announcers sitting at their home office, logged into a Zoom call, broadcasting the game from and they're not even in stadiums or arenas. So I wouldn't be surprised for at least college broadcasts for that to become the norm. I think it cuts down on your travel, and that's big. And it makes it a whole lot easier for everybody involved. You know, Matt is working NBA broadcasts from his office at home. He has his switcher desk set up on his computer, and he's got computer screens everywhere. I don't know how he pulls it off, but he's able to broadcast an NBA basketball game from his house, and everybody else in the crew. Nobody is in one central location. Producers in an offsite, directors in an offsite, technical directors, and everybody is scattered all around the United States and the world broadcasting sports. And it's remarkable. It really is.
It is. And you think about just this broadcast tonight. You've got graphics operators at home. You've got camera folks in Mountain Home. You've got production folks here at the warehouse in Benton. And it's being popped to the buzz to go out on radio all over Central Arkansas and then live stream. It blows me away how blessed Benton is to have you and Matt and your team make Benton football broadcasts of such a quality available to the community. You guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, and we're the one with the we are just very thankful, very blessed to be a part of it. When the Panthers are off on Friday night early in the season, it feels weird not working a ball game. But it's just it's just become a norm. This is what we do on Friday nights in the fall. And I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be. I mean, this is just a great place to spend 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock on Friday night.
And, our neighbor at Bryant, y'all actually produced a broadcast this year while the Panthers were at War Memorial playing Catholic. Michael Westbrook and Aaron Shuttleworth were calling the Hornet game in the War Memorial press box while Bryant was playing out of state.
Yes, so, when Bryant made the road trip to Longview, Benton was at War Memorial that week taking on Catholic, and Matt and I were kind of pitching ideas with Michael Westbrook and figuring out they don't want to go to Longview. But like I said, I depend on Matt, and Matt depends on me. I couldn't have pulled off the remote setup on my own, and so we needed to be in one place. Well, it didn't make sense for Benton to do a remote broadcast when the game's just in Little Rock, so why not take everybody to Little Rock? And so y'all were in y'all's TV booth calling the game in front of you. Michael and Aaron were watching the game in front of you, but watching it on a 19-inch TV, watching the Bryant broadcast and calling their game off of that, and sitting in there with them, making sure nothing went wrong. And I mean, it just amazes me week in and week out when, man, we pulled that off.
Yeah.
Man, that happened. And they sat and watched the game on the TV, and it was just smooth. I mean, nothing. There was no hitches, and it just worked, and it was fantastic. And I tried not to brag, but there's some times where I think bragging is due, and so when we pulled that off, we were proud of ourselves, and we let people know it.
Absolutely, and rightfully so. So tomorrow, if you watch the ESPN Plus broadcast of the UCA game, that'll be Matt and Mason and our Benton Panther broadcast crew putting that together and making that happen. Mason, last word tonight. What'd you think of little brother's first half performance?
Oh, my gosh. Nearly a kickoff return and almost a pick six. Dio talked about 160 all-purpose yards. I mean, just I can't believe it. I mean, he comes back from being hurt early in the season. He's playing with something on his hand. I mean, he amazes. And he'll always be Baby Jack.
Baby Jack had a great first half. Mason, appreciate you, buddy. You're the best. And Matt and Tamara and Mike and Morgan and Evan at home tonight. You guys just phenomenal, and we can't thank you enough for all you do to make Benton football broadcast so fun and of such an amazing quality to the community of Benton. Thanks, Mace.
Yeah, we're glad to be a part.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, Dio will be back with us to crunch the first half numbers. Benton leads tonight at halftime, 35-10 over Mountain Home. This is Benton football on the Benton Panther Football Network.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
We continue the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. Benton leads Mountain Home tonight 35-10 at halftime, as Morgan and Evan are going to get the stats on the screen for us from their home, Dio, as Mason talked about. Isn't it amazing?
That's crazy to me that we can do this, that our team is a 3.5-hour drive away playing this football game, and we are all the way here in Benton. They're all the way at their house doing anyway. Let's look at these stats. Like you were just talking about during the break, very pedestrian numbers really for the score, but we can attribute that to a couple things. Got a short field on the fumble recovery. Jack had a 71-yard interception return, which set up a short field. Then to end the half, he had the long kickoff return, which also set up another short field. So really those stats were those don't reflect in those offensive stats, but 136 yards through the air for Benton, 76 on the ground. Not what we're used to seeing, but you're not going to argue with a 35-10 scoreboard. What I'm really kind of impressed with or kind of surprised by is the third down conversions. I do expect Benton to be 6 of 8, but Mountain Home being 5 of 10, 50% on their third down conversions is a little bit surprising to me, realistically.
Yeah, as we look at some individual stats for the Panthers, Strand Smith, a very efficient 10 of 17 in the first half for 136 yards passing. The PDC limited to Brady Barnett to just 3 of 12 passing in the first half for 46 yards. And, of course, the Jack Woolbright interception. On the ground for the Panthers in the first half, Casey Johnson had 9 carries for 51 yards. Brandon Johnson, 5 carries, just 17 yards. Donovan Pearson had 2 carries for 8 yards. Receiving for the Panthers, we talked about Brad Harris wanting to get Andre Lane going. He had the most catches in the first half, 4, but just 26 yards. Cameron Harris had 2 catches for 66. Drake Womack, 2 catches for 30. Casey Johnson, a catch for 9. Donovan Pearson, a catch for 5 yards. As we look at the scoring, Casey Johnson with 3 touchdowns in the first half on a 1-yard run, another 1-yard run, and then a 25-yard run to end the half. Panthers with touchdown drives of 15 yards, 17 yards, and 20 yards. 3 drives that started in the red zone.
Yeah, and that's why those statistics just don't really tell the full story because, you've got the 2 defensive takeaways, and that goes a long way for that. But I'd much rather play from a short field and start, in my opponent's red zone every time. I'm sure Coach Harris would prefer to do that as well.
So the Panthers lead it at halftime, 35-10 over Mountain Home. Yeah, Matt, punch those up. And, Dio, you can kind of walk us through some first-half highlights here.
Well, there's probably going to be a lot of them. Depends on what they decide to put on here. But I feel like we're just watching the entire first series again. That was really the only extended series we have. But Cam getting that big pass and just ball right on the money. There's the first of Casey Johnson's many touchdowns. Not sure why we got that highlight on there. That wasn't really a highlight. That was just a good stop on defense. Now, there's Andre Lane getting into the end zone for that touchdown, which was set up by the previous play. I'm going to tell you right now, Bo Wright is having a big night. Just saw him on a couple tackles there. But he's done a really good job coming from that linebacker position.
As the highlights roll on the live stream, let's take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. Bryant leads Little Rock Southwest at halftime, 35-0. No surprise there.
There's Jack outrunning Coach Wynn and Coach Harris.
Greenwood leads Russellville 13-7 at halftime in a big game in the conference tonight. Lake Hamilton leads Siloam Springs 28-0. And Parkview leads Van Buren just 14-3. In other games in the county tonight, Harmony Grove has ran into a buzzsaw called the Arkadelphia Badgers, 42-6.
Oh, wow.
Arkadelphia leads Harmony Grove at halftime tonight. And Glen Rose leads Falk 28-0. No score on Bauxite and Fountain Lake right now as we check the Hootens.com out-of-town scoreboard. So we're going to keep a close eye on Greenwood, Russellville as the Bulldogs come to town next week.
Yeah, that's the game. I'm curious to see. You can tell that the temperature in North Arkansas is. You can tell it's a little colder. We've got our kicker's got his long sleeves pulled down over his hands. And we see a couple of people on the Mountain Home sidelines with blankets over their shoulders. They're team managers. Little onside kick.
A bundled up Dylan Bosley onside kicks. It bounced off a Mountain Home bomber. There is a pile at midfield, and it appears as if the Bombers have recovered. As Klein Hooten was in there, almost came up with that one. It did bounce off the first man. It was a free ball at midfield. Klein had a chance at it and couldn't hold on to it, Dio, at the 50.
Well, and that's one of those where you slide in on your side, but you protect the ball with your body. Klein goes in, try to get it with his hands, and wasn't able to quite hold on to it with the bomber coming in and jumping on it with his body.
Panthers jump off sides on first down, so Brad Harris going for the jugular right out of the halftime locker room. It's Mountain Home now, good field position.
Yeah, Mountain Home dialing up the, all right, you want to go onside kick? We're going to make you jump off sides.
First down and 10 Bombers at the Benton 45-yard line. Opening play of the second half. And Brady Barnett is the Mountain Home quarterback. Panthers showing blitz. Barnett options to the left, and he is not going to have any room to run as Hunter Goodwin, who recovered a fumble in that first half, tackles him for no gain.
Yeah, good play by Hunter Goodwin. Jake Jones coming in and helping clean that up as well. And I think Mountain Home, if they're smart, you know, they need to vary their snap count because of the way our linebackers stem. That keeps our linebackers honest.
2nd down and 5. They give it to Big Gage Lindsey. He breaks a couple of tackles and has a first down to the Benton 38-yard line. Looked like the Panthers had him hemmed up back there, and somehow Lindsey breaks tackles, picks up the first down.
Well, I'm gonna have a chat with Jake Jones about missing that tackle. So he had him wrapped up, but I don't think he's used to tackling a big old boy like him.
First down and 10 Bombers at the Benton 38. Option to the right. Panthers string it out. Late pitch to Lindsey, and he just had nowhere to run as the 12th man, that sideline, along with Hunter Goodwin, combined on the tackle.
Yeah, that was that option play. You've got to pitch that a little bit quicker. That's a super dangerous pitch when your running back is basically, you know, at the end, because at some point the running back is starting to think, well, I need to go up and block some of these guys. He may not have been there for the pitch.
2nd down and 11. They give it this time just on the straight give, and that is their second running back, Landon Spear, on the carry down to the 33-yard line. Peyton McNeely and Chase Harding in on the tackle. A couple of sophomores at the 33. A gain of 6. It's 3rd and 5.
Well, let's see now, a 3rd and 5. PDC needs to step up and get a stop right here.
At the Benton 33-yard line, 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Benton leads at 35-10 as Mountain Home changing the play. Spear to the right of his quarterback, Barnett. In the shotgun, takes a snap. Barnett just going to keep it, and that was well played by Jake Jones on the edge. Drops Barnett for no gain. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Jake Jones did a good job just kind of ripping through that block and being there to meet the quarterback. Quarterback's doing a good job trying to hide behind his lead blocker there. And I'm not surprised Mountain Home is at least making it look like they may go for it. Probably going to try to get Benton to jump off sides here if I had to guess.
Don't fall prey to the Nate Beck right here. 4th down and 4. Gage Lindsey back in at running back for Mountain Home. Barnett in the shotgun going to move Lindsey to his left side. Takes the snap, looking right, throwing right. He throws low, and going down to make the catch is Blake Bentley at the 27-yard line. And credit Barnett, he threw it where only his man could make the catch. Now they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, the white hat referee came over and said, no, I saw the ball hit the ground. You couldn't see it from your angle. I saw him explaining it to him.
Ryan Mallett was protesting, but to no avail. It goes over on downs to Benton, 1st and 10.
Well, and I'll give the side judge a little bit of a break because he didn't really have a great angle on it, but the referee certainly did.
So 1st and 10 Panthers at the 32-yard line. As Womack and Brandon Johnson in the backfield, going to flip it out to Andre Lane. Has blockers out there, picks his way to the 38-yard line. Andre's 5th catch of the night.
Donovan
for 6 yards.
Donovan Pearson absolutely manhandled Tristan Hayes, the junior cornerback for Mountain Home. Drove him back a good 10 yards and then pancake blocked him.
2nd down and 4 Panthers at the 38-yard line. Bring Womack in motion to the left. They fake to Brandon Johnson, going to air it out, and a miscommunication that time between quarterback and receiver. As Cam Harris was cutting to the middle of the field, Strand threw it to the outside, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 4.
It almost looked like Strand tried to do the sidearm flick right there and just flicked it a little bit too hard right there.
So 3rd down and 4 Panthers, 8:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Benton leads at 35-10. 3rd and 4 at their own 38. Pearson and Lane split to the left. Smith going to reverse spin, roll to the left, throw underneath, catch by Cameron Harris, and he's dragging a Mountain Home defender into Bomber territory. He steps out of bounds around the 42-yard line for a 1st down.
Boy, I really like how they have that play set up. You've got Drake Womack coming underneath. You've got Cam trailing a little bit deeper, and then you've got Donovan Pearson as a deeper option. So it's kind of like, gives the quarterback a lot of options if they've got that the short route covered. He can go to Cam like he just did there.
First down, give to Brandon Johnson. He's got running room over the 35 down to the 34-yard line. A gain of 8. And now you feel the rhythm clicking again for the Benton offense.
Well, and this offense always runs better. I think Coach Ray calls better calls when he's got rhythm. I think he just kind of gets into the flow of the game himself.
Strand lobs it up for Cameron Harris. He was being held by Tristan Hayes. And when you're 5'8", 150, trying to cover Cam Harris,
listen, I don't fault him.
No, yeah, that's about the only chance he's got.
I mean, here's the reality. He knew he was dead to rights. He reached out and grabbed a hold of him to slow it down or to stop him. But hey, better 15 is better than 6 in that case.
And that'll put it in the red zone down to the 19-yard line as they walk off a 15-yard pass interference against Mountain Home. First down and 10 Benton. So Panthers lead at 35-10 and looking to add to the lead here on their opening drive of the second half. Womack motions to the left. They're going to throw it to Andre Lane. And Andre waiting on a block from Brandon Johnson. The Mountain Home pursued a little quicker than the block, and Andre's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 21.
Yeah, they've got that. They Mountain Home has schemed that defense, to stop that play. But that play is what set up the earlier touchdown by Andre, so not going to fault it. It definitely serves its purpose even when it doesn't work.
Second down pass to Donovan Pearson, and Donovan makes the catch at the 16-yard line for a 5-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, would like to see the Panthers 3rd and 8 right here. I'm just curious, I don't know. I think I would run the ball right here. I think they're thinking pass.
So we'll see what Justin Ray dials up. He does give it to Brandon Johnson, running room to the right. He lowers his shoulder as he's hit at the 10. Boy, look at the effort to get the first down, D.O., to the 8-yard line. What a run by Brandon Johnson.
Great play call. Thanks for making me feel better about myself there, Coach. But look at that run. Just lowers his shoulder, taking on defenders and shedding them.
He just ran over Brody Patterson on his way to the first down. First and goal, Benton at the 8. Strand Smith tried to hit Cameron Harris, and that time Tristan Hayes defended it well for Mountain Home. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, and I'm going to tell you right now, that play just kind of looked like a jumbled mess. I'm not really sure what was going on there, but I don't think Cam could weave through the traffic that was in the middle there.
So Cam checks out. Logan Owen checks in. The Panther offense looks to the sideline for the play call. Drake Womack is the H-back to the right. Brandon Johnson set to the right of quarterback Strand Smith. On 2nd and goal, they throw for Andre Lane. Back shoulder throw, perfect. Touchdown, Andre Lane. Touchdown, Panthers.
And I couldn't tell, but I think that ball was even tipped. Talk about concentration, because anytime that happens, let's see here on the replay, defender gets a hand on it. Yeah,
yes.
It's tipped right there, but Andre, great job of concentrating on that ball.
8-yard touchdown reception for the senior Andre Lane with 6:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good, and it's Benton 42, Mountain Home 10. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Panthers go 68 yards in 9 plays, took 2:55 off the clock, and score on an 8-yard pass from Strand Smith to Andre Lane. Dio, as you pointed out, it was tipped by Kobe Lockhart, the linebacker for Mountain Home, and Andre Lane with great concentration.
Yeah, he did a great job. I know that anytime a ball is disrupted like that, it's really difficult to make that catch.
As the Panthers kickoff is high and it is short. It hits at the 23 and bounds away from the Mountain Home return man. That's Barnett, the quarterback, back there to return it, and rolls out of bounds near the 12-yard line. So it's going to go as a kick out of bounds, and the Bombers will put it in play. But we do have an official discussion, Dio.
Yeah, I think the referee is trying to see if the Mountain Home player touched the ball before it left the field of play. We'll see what the call is. Yep, it did touch the player before it went out of bounds.
So they're going to wave it off, and now what Mountain Home thought was good field position at the 35 is going to be awful field position back at the 13-yard line.
That was a really good kick, just the way it ended up, because you never know with those, with that kind of sky kick, you never really know how it's going to bounce. Sometimes they'll just shoot straight out of bounds, but that one kind of lingered on the field, and really we saw that happen a couple games ago where the player just ran away from it.
So 1st and 10 Mountain Home at the 13. Barnett going to swing it out to Bentley, who couldn't hold on to it. It's incomplete. Panthers had that one read well, Dio, as Collinette, Wright, Simmons, the boys were out there waiting on it.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, this defense is well prepared, and they're playing pretty well. They have done a good job of bend, don't break. They've allowed some plays, but really Mountain Home hasn't been able to get anything really going. They can't run the quarterback every single play.
2nd down and 10. Chase Harding in a stand-up nose position. Is Barnett going to throw intended for Walker, and again a diving catch. They're going to say he made the catch at the 26-yard line, a gain of 13 and a Bomber first down.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, I don't know how Coach Wynn has his cornerbacks trained on that, but Jaden Collinette running downfield turned his back to the sideline, looking back at the quarterback, and the receiver was short of him and just broke to the outside. Jaden, there's no chance of him recovering on that.
Gage Lindsey carries, and that's a Kane Simmons tackle if you've ever seen one. Just takes his legs out from under him.
Yeah, you don't even have to know who it is. You just see a white jersey coming in there, and when they go flying because their legs are gone, Kane Simmons had something to do with it.
Lindsey picks up 7. It's 2nd down and 3. They give it to Lindsey again, running right. He sheds a tackle and reaches the 36-yard line. Chris Bernard and Kane Simmons combine on the tackle for the Panthers.
When I like seeing Bernard, a sophomore, coming up like that and laying a lick on the big senior running back for Mountain Home. That was nice.
Needed 3, picked up 3, moved the chains. 1st down, Mountain Home at their own 36-yard line. Benton leads at 42-10 with 4:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. They give it back to big Gage Lindsey, and he is to the 40-yard line before he's tackled by Hunter Goodwin. Flag thrown on the play right into the pile, Dio, usually a hold, and that's exactly what is going to be called.
Yeah, anytime you see that flag fly in to a big mass of people, you can be sure it's either a hold or a face mask.
Greenwood now up on Russellville, 21-7 with 7:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. At Russellville tonight, the holding penalty moves it back to the 28-yard line. It's going to be 1st down and 18 for Mountain Home. So they hand off to Lindsey. Lindsey into the Benton secondary. He's all the way to the 41-yard line as he picks up yardage to leave Mountain Home with a 2nd and 5.
Well, it's never a good thing when your cornerback is in on tackling the running back on a run up the middle.
Yeah.
Because that means it was probably 10 yards up the field or close to it.
2nd down and call it 6 for Mountain Home. They fake to Lindsey. Barnett pulls and keeps, and he is going to be very close to a 1st down. It appears as if he has it. Bo Wright out there on the tackle for the Panthers. They'll move the chains. First down, Mountain Home. They've got a good little methodical run offense going right here, Dio. They're down 32.
Yeah.
But
they're moving the ball. I mean,
the ball, yeah.
And they're mixing it up. That's the thing and now they're going to go empty backfield, which is, I don't know, why would you go to the pass rate? And he's not going to go to the pass.
Yeah, quarterback keep over midfield into Benton territory. Bo Wright with a hard tackle of Barnett at the 49-yard line, but that's another 5-yard gain.
Yeah, and if you're getting 5 yards at a clip, you're probably not going to stop what you're doing. But Barnett getting up with a little bit of a limp. I mean, he's carried the ball. He's had to carry the ball close to 25 times tonight.
2nd down and 5, Bombers at the Benton 49. This drive started all the way back at the Mountain Home 13 as they give it to Lindsey, and Lindsey is going to be tackled by Jake Jones near the 46-yard line. Going to leave Mountain Home with a 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. I don't know. I'm thinking you give the ball to the big gauge Lindsey here for 2 yards, or at least make the defense think you are.
Jordan Burr digging in at defensive end for the Panthers. On 3rd and 2, they give it to Lindsey. And Lindsey is first met by Andrew Armstrong. But he's going to pick up the 1st down. He needed 2. He got 3. It'll move the chains. 1st down, Mountain Home.
Well, and I'm sure the Mountain Home coaches are waiting to see us crowd the box a little bit here to shut down this run, and then they may try going for another pass. But Benton defense doesn't have to change much to crowd the box, really.
Barnett going to drop back on 1st down and air it out, and nobody home as Jack Woolbright and Chris Bernard both had their Bomber receivers blanketed on that throw. It's incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Looked like they tried to pick their spot there after just gouging Benton with the run, tried to hit them deep, but boy, the Panther secondary outstanding that time.
Well, and that's one of those that you really – they had 2 receivers kind of in the area, and that's never a smart move because that means you got 2 defenders in the area usually.
Give it to Gage Lindsey on the 2nd down carry, and he's going to pick up just a yard. Again, Bo Wright, boy, he's having a good game tonight.
Boy, he is. He's all over the place. Who had him on pick to click? Check this out. I think there may have been some.
Nobody.
Unbelievable. I was thinking there might be a little controversy afoot. Can't believe nobody picked him with 18 tackles last year.
Exactly. 3rd down and 8 as Barnett out of an empty gun drops back. He's going to throw underneath and has a 1st down to Brody Patterson. Is Bo Wright again on the tackle for the Benton defense, but not before Mountain Home converts on 3rd down. It'll move the chains. 1st down, Bombers to the Benton 27.
Yeah, Bombers are having a good little series right here. They've really been able to keep the ball moving. Good combination of, throwing the ball just enough to keep us honest, but
14th play of the drive. 1st down and 10, Mountain Home as they fake the option. Barnett going to pull up and throw, and boy,
he had a
Bentley,
man.
It got through his hands. Collinet in coverage, and 2 flags come in.
Well, I didn't see anything that looked like pass interference to me. Collinet was turned around unless he had a hold of him before that. The play we saw was really on the ball.
So a pass interference call against Jaden Collinet is going to move the ball down into Benton territory. They move it all the way down to the 12.
Well, if there was pass interference, it was before the camera picked it up. That's all I can say. Now, there were 2 flags, so 2 refs saw something.
45 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 1st down and 10, Bombers at the Benton 12-yard line. Benton leads at 42-10. As they're going to bunch receivers tight to the line on each side. Barnett going to throw underneath, and that time he tried to hit Patterson again. It's incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Now, I got to wonder why you go back to the well when you've been having success on the ground, although in the red zone it does compress things a little bit. So I do get them trying something like that. And he had a man open, just didn't complete it.
2nd down and 10, Mountain Home at the Benton 12-yard line. They're going to send Bentley and Patterson to the left. They bring Ducker and Hannaford to the right. Barnett going to run right, and he is going to be down inside the 5-yard line to the 4. Picks up 8.
He is just slipping through there. And it's really, it's not like he's a big, powerful runner. He's quick, but just seems like he's able to get in behind a lead blocker maybe and just kind of slip through there.
6 foot, 190-pound junior Brady Barnett on 3rd down and 2. They hand it off to Gage Lindsey in a full house backfield, and he's going to be near a 1st down as the 3rd quarter clock is going to expire with Benton leading 42-10 tonight. We've got 1 quarter left from the Ozarks. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Our world has changed a lot in a short time. Your health and safety remain our #1 priority. We have the supplies needed and processes in place to keep you safe. We've implemented visitor restrictions, and we are reducing physical contact as much as possible. Patients and employees are required to wear masks for your protection and theirs. And your care team is screened daily. So don't wait to get the care you need. We're here for you today and always.
So you know how in the 4th quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the 4th quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
Welcome back. Start of the 4th quarter. Benton leads at 42-10 tonight.
Yeah, I was hoping for a mercy rule. I've been on California time the past week, so I've not adjusted back yet. I was hoping to get in bed a little early tonight. But, get a stop here and get another score on the board. That'd make me happy.
Start of the 4th quarter, full house backfield. They pitch it back to Moses Adams, and Adams is going to be close to a 1st down on a 4th down toss sweep into the power of the formation. And as they unpile down near the 2-yard line, we're waiting on the official signal, and there it is, 1st down. Dio, this drive began with 6:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. We're now the 2nd play of the 4th quarter. Mountain Home still has a football.
Yeah,
1st down and goal.
This has been an extended length drive.
Yes, it has. So Jake Herbner checks back in at noseman for Benton. 1st and goal, Mountain Home at the 2. They give it off to Lindsey from the fullback position. And Gage Lindsey is in the end zone for a Mountain Home touchdown. Tony Linehan's going to have to get the abacus out to figure out that drive.
I'm going to tell you what, that was a lengthy drive, and it had to have nearly 20 plays.
6:38 is the time. And we will await the number crunch from Tony Linehan. Well, that was... We've seen a Panther drive of 15 plays, and I think Mountain Home just bested it.
I think they did.
Bombers going to go for 2 with 11:30 to go in the ball game tonight as Barnett takes a snap, rolls to his right. He's going to tuck, he's going to keep, he's going to dive, and he's going to be short of the end zone. So the 2-point conversion fails. It's 42-16. Benton leads it tonight as we take a 30-second break on the Benton Football Network. CTS Services is a Benton-owned company that specializes in industrial cleaning, waste disposal, and COVID-19 disinfection. CTS is a strong, secure company looking to add team members interested in a good career. CDL and non-CDL positions are available with competitive wages,
IRA with a 3% company match, and health and life insurance benefits. For job, information, or cleaning services, give CTS a call at 501-778-4535.
Beautiful view on the live stream of Old Glory flying proudly tonight over Mountain Home Bomber Stadium, where it's Veteran and First Responder Appreciation Night tonight in Mountain Home, Dio. They fed all the veterans and first responders a meal before the ball game tonight, invited them all in free to the stadium. Man, that's the kind of communities we like, don't we?
Yeah, that's a great thing to do, and hats off to our servicemen and women, and they deserve it, at least free meal, get to watch a good football game. It's the least we could do.
And much deserved recognition tonight.
Yes.
So.
Well, and I say we didn't do anything. Mountain Home did that, but
Jack Sheener's kickoff is going to be fielded by Kane Simmons. And Kane is going to return it over the 35 before he's wrestled out of bounds. Tony Linehan has reported in. He was counting toes and fingers, and 19 plays, 87 yards, in 6 minutes, 38 seconds.
Does that count the extra point? Because you throw the extra point, you throw the 2-point conversion. They had a 20-play drive, so they hit 20.
This has been an odd game.
It's been a very odd game.
With short drives and then these massive time-consuming drives by both teams tonight, as Casey Johnson is going to carry on first down to the 42-yard line. But Benton has been comfortably in front from the first possession tonight, 42-16. But boy, you gotta tip your hat. Mountain Home is a scrappy little ball club.
They are scrappy. We talked about that last year, that they were a lot scrappier than we expected them to be.
Casey gets a carry again, and he spins inside the 50 down to the Mountain Home 48 for a first down.
For a second there, he kind of got tied up and slowed down. It looked like he was looking through the cereal aisle at Walmart before he took off again.
Casey gliding down the cereal aisle to a first down. Is Strand going to flip it out to Andre Lane, and it got through his hands incomplete. At the line of scrimmage, it'll be second down and 10.
Well, definitely not the stress level that we saw last Friday night. When the Palace was packed. The promotion to pack the Palace worked because it was full from what I understand.
And we're going to pack it again next Friday when the Greenwood Bulldogs come to town. Second down and 10, Benton at the Mountain Home 48-yard line. Smith is going to fake to Casey Johnson, throw to Drake Womack, who was hit hard by Brody Patterson and held on to it at the 35. Man, that's a tough catch by Drake Womack.
That's a heck of a catch. To catch it and then to hold on to it must be a flag down somewhere because they're talking about something. I wonder if they're going to get us for nope.
I think they may have had targeting in mind and waved it off.
Yeah.
And again, that's a shoulder hit. So first down and 10 as the play stands. Great catch by Drake Womack down to the Mountain Home 34-yard line. Empty gun. Strand Smith throws to Donovan Pearson, and he is going to be tackled for a loss by Moses Adams back at the 37 as a flag comes in, and a block in the back against Benton will back him up.
Well, and I wondered, it looked like Casey Johnson may have pushed the defender right into him, but he was trying to block him, but I don't know how you get a block in the back.
I will tell you, Mountain Home has played the screen game very well tonight.
Normally, that's one of the areas that Benton does pretty well is both the wide receiver screen and then the middle screens. We haven't had any success with really either of those tonight.
So the penalty moves it back to the 47 of Mountain Home. First and 22, Benton following the penalty as Carter Sanders prepares to snap it back to Strand Smith, who looks to the sideline. and barks out the play to the offensive line. Casey Johnson in the sidecar to the right of Strand Smith. They fake to Casey, throws wide of Cameron Harris, incomplete. As Cameron claps his hands, feeling like he should have pulled that one in. 2nd down and 22.
Well, at 52 degrees, that ball starts to feel a little bit stiffer, a little bit slicker. Well, Benton offense not getting in any hurry here, which not any reason to be slow with the clock stopped after an incompletion.
Snap clock at 10. Strand Smith takes a snap. He's going to throw deep, and he overthrows Cameron Harris, who was double covered by Dylan Drury and Brody Patterson.
Well, and that should be a good lesson to all you future cornerbacks out there watching. If you're undersized, get in front of that big receiver and impede his progress with your back, because they're not going to throw a pass interference call on you if you do that.
So 3rd down and 22 for the Panthers at the Mountain Home 47-yard line. 4th quarter brought to you tonight by Jones Heat and Air. Might need that this weekend with the temperatures dropping into the 40s on Sunday morning as Cameron Harris makes the catch on the outcut and is pushed out of bounds around the 37-yard line, where it's going to leave Benton with 4th down.
Oh, there's nothing like turning on your furnace for the first time and getting that dust burned off.
Yes. The unmistakable scent, huh? 4th and 13 as they fake the reverse to Andre Lane. Going to throw deep, catch, touchdown. Cameron Harris beat the safety Brody Patterson to the end zone. They fake the reverse, and Strand Smith put it right where Cam caught it in stride for the score.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, there are not too many receivers that can catch a ball like that. Cam Harris is definitely one of them, able to go up and, you know, he catches it just at its highest point, and that's just a beautiful thing when you see a receiver go up, even on one of those over-the-shoulder catches, that he goes up and catches it at its highest point.
Lucas Welber's extra point is good. 9:19 to go tonight, and Benton leads at 49-16. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Benton football brought to you tonight by First Security Bank. They are Arkansas-owned and Arkansas-focused with better service, better solutions, and better support with better ways to build a life, buy a home, or run a business. Bank better with First Security. They are only in Arkansas. Learn more at fsbank.com. Dio is a great 4th down conversion on the fake reverse to Andre Lane. Beautiful pass to Cam Harris for the score.
Yeah, well, in the defense, they only had one safety back to cover Cam Harris, and that's not going to be enough, especially where Strand put the ball. That was a fantastic throw and catch.
Brady Barnett returns the kickoff to the 16-yard line. Cam Kane Simmons in coverage for the Panthers.
Well, let's see if we can have another 7-minute drive, 19 plays, and they can milk all the clock they want to because they're the ones that are down by 33 points.
They'll put the ball down at the 16-yard line. 1st down for Mountain Home. Harding and Armstrong showing blitz. Barnett has to throw. Picked off. Jaden Collinette with his 4th of the year and returns it to the Mountain Home 16.
Great play by Jaden Collinette. You notice on that play, he didn't have he never turned his hips away from the quarterback. Watch him. He turns him there, but he turns back because he sees the ball coming. He actually did a good job on that because he did turn his hips. I didn't see that part. But was able to recover and get back to the ball. Fantastic job. Now we can go ahead and knock out a score real quick and kick in that mercy rule.
And the pressure in the face of the quarterback from Andrew Armstrong and Chase Harding, outstanding on that last play. First down, Benton in the red zone. Give off to Brandon Johnson. He's over the 10, down to the 8-yard line. And we're going to see another red zone drive here, Dio. Saw 3 in the first half for the Benton offense. This would be their 4th of the night.
Well, big night on defense.
Yes.
2 interception takeaways and a fumble recovery. Huge for the PDC, and, I mean, it shows up on the scoreboard.
Second down and 2. Give off to Brandon Johnson. Bounces it outside.
He just stepped in. He didn't even waltz in. He didn't prance in. He literally stepped in one-footed and was done. Touchdown.
Brandon Johnson untouched as he stepped over the threshold of the end zone.
Is it against us?
What are they?
They call a hold right there, Matt. Okay.
Oh, I think they called it on the running back because he stepped in like he did. What kind of call was that? I wish that we saw what the referee said.
Well, this is one time where the remote broadcast, we never even saw the flag. So Strand Smith is going to throw and through the hands of Donovan Pearson in the corner of the end zone, incomplete. So the Panther touchdown was wiped out. And Matt says they went back and looked, never saw a flag themselves. So,
well, it looked like on that play we never got set, so I wondered if it was a false start of some kind. And maybe it was, it should have been blown dead from the get-go, but I don't know who called it.
Ball was at the 8-yard line, 7-yard line. It's back at the 15, 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers. Is Lane and Johnson in the backfield. They give it to Andre, and Andre's going to be forced out of bounds. That's the sophomore defensive end Robert Dover that ran him out of bounds for Mountain Home.
Well, I know what Coach Harris is thinking here. He's thinking, well, if we don't score here, we'll just kick the field goal, and that'll make it 52-16. That's all we really need.
That's exactly what's going to happen is he's going to send on the field goal unit. Cole Tanner is going to be your snapper. Lucas Wilbur puts the tee down on the right hash at the 23-yard line. 33-yard field goal attempt coming up. Logan Owen is your holder. It's a perfect snap and hold, and the kick by Lucas Wilbur is good. With 8:09 to go in the ball game, Benton now leads 52-16 over Mountain Home. This is Panther football on the Benton Football Network.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
And all the Panther fans are happy. That Lucas Wilbur field goal means running clock for the final 8:03 of the ball game tonight.
They are ready to get in their trucks, turn the heaters on, and head south. That's right, Freddie. Hey, I think next year we're not going to have Mountain Home. The 2 years from now, when we play Mountain Home, if we play Mountain Home at their place, we're going to send you up there by yourself to be the sideline guy. You can ride back with the camera crew. How about that, Freddie?
Freddie didn't want any part of it. As Bosley's kickoff fielded at the 1-yard line.
Woo!
Well, that's a good job down on coverage by the Panthers. I believe is that Alvin Allen down there?
That was Alvin Allen down there in coverage. Great job. He broke down and he about broke the ankles. He about broke the ankles of Brody Patterson over there.
Alvin Allen does a good job at running back on Monday nights for the JV, doing a great job in special teams coverage there for the Panthers. And now we're going to see Brad Harris get some young men in the ball game. Caleb Childers, Wynn Cavanaugh, and Luke Larson, 3 seniors anchoring in the front of that defensive line. Jake Herbner and Chase Harding moved to linebackers. Andrew Armstrong still in there for the Panthers defensively. And a false start against Mountain Home will back the Bombers up 5 yards. Clock running. Due to the sportsmanship rule, 7 minutes and counting tonight in the ball game. Benton leads at 52-16. As the Bombers break the huddle, Barnett in the shotgun. Jake Jones, Herbner, and Harding are your linebackers. Here comes Chase Harding. Barnett is going to air it out to the near side.
Oh, Collinet almost had another one.
Yeah, intended for Brody Patterson, and Jaden almost picked off another one. Boy, how big has Jaden Collinet been since conference play started?
And I'm telling you, he has played well.
Greenwood has pulled away from Russellville now, 35-7 in the fourth quarter. So it's going to be a surging Bulldog team that comes to Everett Field next Friday.
Should be a great matchup. Need to pack the Palace again.
Barnett going to throw to the right side this time. Dylan Drury makes the catch in front of Jack Woolbright and steps out of bounds at the 23-yard line. That'll leave Mountain Home with a 3rd and 3. Need another repeat of last Friday's crowd.
Yes.
It was an enthusiastic crowd. The jungle was packed. It was so loud, my neighbors told me they could hear the crowd over on Alcoa Road last Friday, Spring Creek Village. So 3rd down throw from Barnett through the hands of Bentley. Pravarius Perkins made an effort at an interception, couldn't come up with it, and it'll be 4th down for Mountain Home.
Good job on the defense here, not giving up the big plays, which, Mountain Home smartly going to punt it away here.
Yeah, Steve Airy waving the white flag, and he sends on Dylan McBride to punt it away for the Bombers. With 4:30 to go in the ball game tonight, Benton leading 52-16. McBride takes the snap, puts a foot into it.
It's a good punt.
Yes, it is. Rolls out of bounds at the Benton 31-yard line along the Panther sideline. And now we'll get to see Brad Harris empty his bench out as Klein Hooten is going to be your quarterback.
Well, and he's in no hurry to get him out there either. They haven't started that 25-second clock, so.
Jeter Stringer and Caleb Purdy are going to be a couple of your offensive linemen. Tanner Holden is going to be in there as well. We're going to see Colby Howard, a very good sophomore wide receiver. Eli Contorno, one of the smartest Panthers, going to be in there at the Y position. Also got Ethan Midkiff checking in at a receiver spot. Cole Tanner will be your center. Anthony Tapia is in there at right tackle. As Brad Harris getting a lot of guys on the field tonight. There's an old hand, though, Brandon Johnson with the carry, and he's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 30-yard line as the clock nearing the 3-minute mark tonight.
Well, glad these guys are getting an opportunity to play. They've had so many mercy rule games, sportsmanship rule, games. But that's been really good. You get these guys in here to give them some real game action on a Friday night. It's good for them.
So Brandon Johnson is going to be rudely dumped to the turf by Robert Dover for a loss back to the 28-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and long for the Benton Fighting Panthers. Hooten takes the snap, flares it out to Brandon Johnson, who makes the catch, breaks a tackle, but the Mountain Home pursuit is going to wrestle him down back at the 21. So another loss. Panthers going the wrong way here late in the ball game, but comfortably in front, 52-16.
Well, the biggest and the biggest drop off you always see is just with the blocking. These guys have not gotten the same number of reps that a lot of the starters do. So it shows up. You could tell the receivers blocking, even the offensive linemen blocking. They just haven't had the same number of full speed reps. It makes a big difference.
4th down and 18 for Benton as the clock continues to run. And now Brad Harris takes a timeout. We'll take it with him. 52-16, Benton leads Mountain Home with 1:41 to go tonight on the Benton Football Network.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
So 1:41 to go out of the timeout. Benton is going to punt it away. Bo Wright on to punt.
Is this Bo's? Nope, second punt of the night.
Second punt of the night.
Yeah, first one he almost got blocked because he got tackled almost.
Jake Jones into deep snap for the Panther. High snap over Bo's head, and he is going to
try to kick it out of bounds.
And Mountain Home is going to recover it for a touchdown. Moses Adams on the recovery for Mountain Home, and the Bombers are going to pick up a late touchdown on a snap over the head of Bo Wright. So Moses Adams covers the high snap in the end zone, and Mountain Home has cut the Benton lead to 52-22. Jack Sheener is on for the extra point for the Bombers. His kick is up, and it is good, and it is 52-23. Benton leads it with 55 seconds and counting. As the sportsmanship rule in effect, and we've got a kickoff to get out of the way before this one's done, Dio.
Yeah, well, and once again, that's another special teams snafu right there. So can't have stuff like that against Greenwood next week because Greenwood will take advantage of that. They're, I think they're going to be a more physically gifted team than these Bombers that we're playing tonight. So
that third phase of the game has been a little shaky for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, it really has, and it's kind of surprising. As solid as our kickoff coverage has been all year, to see it, having some issues. I don't know. I wonder if they've, had some substitutions or what's been going on, but they are not going to get a kickoff in.
Yep, that's going to do it as the clock runs out with the sportsmanship rule in effect, and the Panthers win it tonight over Mountain Home. Final score is Benton 52, Mountain Home 23. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back with our Sanders Ground Essentials Panther postgame show. This is Benton Football on the Benton Football Network.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint. And every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real five-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear. You should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
Sanders Ground Essentials Panther postgame show tonight, where Benton went up to the Ozarks through the hills and hollers and winding roads to Mountain Home, and will come home late tonight victorious, Dio, 52-23 over Mountain Home tonight.
Well, good win. That scoreboard is a little bit misleading because of that late touchdown on the punt, but good preparation. We've had a couple injuries tonight. We don't know the status of those, if they're serious or not, but going into a Greenwood game, you really want your full complement of starters to be ready to go. So big night for Cam Harris, another 100-plus yard receiving night. Big night for Strand Smith. I think his stats are going to look a little bit better with that second half. Not that the first half stats were bad, but they're going to look even better. And then really, when it mattered, our ground game was on point. Casey Johnson scoring 3 touchdowns on the ground tonight. Donovan Pearson getting in on the act.
Yeah, Panthers 25 carries, 88 yards tonight total. This is a Mountain Home team that's only allowed 2 out of 7 teams to rush for over 100.
Wow.
And they hold Benton under 100 tonight to just 88 yards.
Yeah, well, I think, though, that's still a little bit skewed simply because of the short fields. We just really didn't have to go that far, didn't have to use the running game much. Plus, why would you run if you can throw it as easy as they made it,
Yeah, Panthers with forced 3 turnovers tonight, had a good long kickoff return as well. So the Panthers able to operate on a short field a lot tonight to get to their 52 points offensively. Want to remind you that Dr. Brian Armstrong and his outstanding team at Brian Eye Care provide both internal and external eye exams. Dr. Armstrong serves on the board of the Arkansas Optometric Association and recently served as its president. He's also been honored for 9 consecutive years as a Reader's Choice Best of the Best optometrist for Central Arkansas's 12 counties. Brian Eye Care has served Saline County for 21 years and is located at 2900 Horizon Drive, Suite 15. Brian Eye Care, helping you, Dio Vanucci, see eye to eye with your doctor. And Dr. Armstrong's son, Andrew, got a lot of quality time on defense tonight for Benton.
He did. Got a good pressure that led to that Jaden Collinette interception. Fantastic job.
All right. We're going to do a little breakdown here. Defensive. We've got to get a couple of Pasta J's players of the game.
Well,
and we've always gone offense, defense. I don't know why. I mean, can you throw some special teams in there as well?
Well, here's the deal. My vote is for Jack Woolbright for, I don't know, you can call it defense/special teams. I know in fantasy football, your special teams scores as your defense. So, but he had a big kickoff return, a good interception return. Played really well on defense. Didn't allow. We didn't see many passes completed to his side of the field. I thought he played fantastic. You could give a lot of players an MVP, but my vote's for Jack Woolbright for defensive MVP of the game.
All right, Jack Woolbright is our defensive MVP.
Okay,
well earned.
I'll take it.
Defensively and special teams.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Jack tonight. Let's punch up the stats, and then we'll talk offense, okay? So, Dio, why don't you walk us through these final total stats as Morgan and Evan have them on the board for us.
Well, and, I really thought we were talking in the break there that the passing yards in the second half would have exceeded the first half. But once again, we had that short field to work with, and then obviously the sportsmanship rule comes into effect. But Strand having a big night, 229 yards through the air. Mountain Home defense did a fantastic job bottling up that run game, only allowing 88 yards. But the Panther defense did a fantastic job holding them to only 85 yards through the air. They were able to have some success on the ground, though. But really, I think what matters is we were able to convert more of our third downs, 2 for 3 on fourth down. That's huge. One of those being that long pass, long touchdown to Cam Harris. So one of the things we got to clean up is the penalties, though. I've noticed we've probably averaged close to 70 yards a game in penalties. And against teams like Greenwood and Lake Hamilton, that could be the difference in a ball game right there. So all in all, kind of a pedestrian night, it seemed like, for the Panthers. And we say that up winning 52-23, but we kind of expect that out of Benton now. So
you look at that stat line, you look at the total yardage, and it was really a game more befitting of where Mountain Home stats were coming in. Benton just 317 yards of total offense, Mountain Home 243.
Yeah.
So the inflated numbers we often see of the Benton offense held in check, some of that because of field position and having short fields, but it really kind of turned into a Mountain Home Bomber kind of game.
Well, it really did. We would have expected to see, 170, 180, 200 yards on the ground, another 200 to 300 through the air. That short field, though, you think about it, you had 4 scoring possessions. So 28 of our 52 points were on a field of less than 25 yards. So, really not a lot of stats to be gained. The score is indicative of those takeaways and that short field, really. Let's talk about some individual statistics, though. I know one because I remember when you said it, but Cam Harris, 5 catches for 133 yards. It seems like every week he's got at least 2 impressive catches, something that, is pretty stunning. So
yeah, Cam with a touchdown, and that was against double coverage most all night. They had him with the corner under and the safety over the top, and really tried to squeeze him. And yet Cam still comes up with a 130-yard night.
Yeah, impressive. On only 5 catches. And Casey Johnson, big night scoring, scores 3 touchdowns, but really never got going on the ground much. The Mountain Home Bombers did a fantastic job bottling up our running backs.
Casey with 11 carries for 66 yards, just 6 yards a carry, well below his average. Brandon Johnson, 10 carries, 38 yards. He came in averaging 9.2 yards a carry, held well under his average. Donovan Pearson, 2 carries, 8 yards. Andre Lane, a carry for -1. Strand Smith was 18 of 31 passing tonight for 234. Receiving-wise, Andre Lane led the team in catches with 7. But only 38 yards. Now, he did get a couple of touchdowns there, Dio, but not a lot of yak yards for Andre tonight.
No. Well, and a lot of that has to do with the tight plays where they've got him catching the ball out there on that, that wide screen that they run. Really wasn't able to get much going. So, a little disappointing. I felt like he had a better game than his stats showed, simply because of the 2 touchdowns. I felt like that was big. But Strand Smith, another just good game. It wasn't a great game. 18 to 31 is not, for a full game. We were seeing in the Mercy Rule games, 17 of 18 or 14 of 17, but those were all, big long passes or either had a lot of yards after the catch. But another good night for Strand Smith. Good decisive, good decisions, and very decisive at quarterback.
And how about a shout-out to Lucas Wilbur? 7 of 7 in PATs, and he's now 5 of 5 in field goals on the season with his 33-yarder tonight.
That's pretty – listen, in this league, having a good kicker is a big deal. It really is. I mean, I remember years ago, Benton didn't really ever have a good kicker. You didn't really see many good kickers in high school at that level. You may see one come through every now and then from a school. It seems like now the kicking game has been elevated across Arkansas, but really glad to have him on the team because I don't doubt when they go to kick a field goal, I feel confident about it. That's a good trait to have out of your kicker is confidence.
And it was a good bounce back tonight because, Mason and Freddie saw this. You didn't get a chance to watch all the game last week. But he doinked not one but two off the upright last week. But an extra point and a field goal that got wiped out due to penalty.
Did see, because I tuned in right after the field goal, and then that turned into a touchdown.
It did.
So it worked out in his favor.
Yes, it worked out. But, what's the chances you'd hit an upright twice in one game?
Yeah.
He did, and he comes back tonight, and he's perfect.
Yeah, I've always said you should get more points if you can hit the upright.
And if you can knock it through.
Yeah, that's a lot harder target to hit.
All right, so we have got to pick an offensive player of the game now.
Can we call on Freddie for this one? Because I don't know who to pick. I really don't. It'd be easy. You could almost give it to Cam Harris every week. You could almost give it to Strand Smith every week. Casey had 3 touchdowns. I don't know. Have we given it to Andre Lane? Because Andre did score 2 touchdowns.
We have not.
Had the most catches, 7 catches. And there's a lot of things that Andre does that don't show up on the stat line. He plays in a very workmanlike fashion, blocking downfield, doing things like that. In the 2 touchdown performance, I don't know. That's a tough one. What are your thoughts, Jim?
Let's go Andre.
Let's go Andre.
Let's go Andre. Okay, Andre's our Pasta Jays Offensive Player of the Week. Jack Woolbright is our Pasta Jays Panther Defensive Player of the Week. Matt, you got the future schedule coming up. If you would get that on the screen for us for our live stream viewers. Greenwood next Friday at home.
Better be there, folks.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be one you're not going to want to miss. The Panthers, last time Greenwood came to town, 45-38, with Kate Clark picking off a pass in the south end zone in the game's final minute.
Yep.
So you're going to want to be there Friday night and cheer on the Panthers. We're going to pack the Palace out again 1 week from tonight as the Greenwood Bulldogs come to town. Dio, it's a big one. There's no other way to say it. Greenwood is taking care of business tonight at Russellville. They do have a loss in conference play to Parkview, but they've gotten a defensive line healthy. They've got Hunter Houston, their quarterback, back healthy again. It's not the same Greenwood team that played Parkview in Week 4.
No, and, Parkview is one of those teams that it kind of depends on I think there's a lot of things that can happen against the Parkview team. They got a lot of athletes. So here's the deal. Greenwood may not be the powerhouse that Greenwood's been in the past where they were unbeatable, but Greenwood's still Greenwood. And they're going to give that they have Benton circled on their calendar every single year. And we know because the last time we did a broadcast there, they said as much. They told us that in the press box. That is the nicest, most uncomfortable press box. They appear really nice to you, and they have that potluck spread, but you feel like the enemy when you're in there. At least I do. Maybe that's me reading too much into it, but they told me they said Sweet Lady was putting out some casserole, and she said, "Oh, we have Benton circled on our calendar every year." So they've got us circled. They're going to be up. They're going to show up at the Palace. So. We need all you Benton fans to show up at the Palace as well, and let's let them hear us all the way on Military from the Palace. How about that?
That'll work. So we're going to pack the Palace again next Friday. against the Greenwood Bulldogs. The week after that, it's a trip down to Lake Hamilton, another game you circle on the calendar every year before the season finale against Van Buren. Panthers are now 6-1, 4-0 in conference play, and every goal they set at the beginning of the season is in front of them, and the next 2 weeks are massively huge.
Oh, I mean, this makes or breaks your standings and where you end up on that playoff bracket. And we know that can be a big difference. You win out from here, and you're the number 1 seed. That's a big deal going into the playoffs. So these next 3 games, 0-0. That's the way Coach Harris is going to preach it to these kids this week. We're 0-0. We need to, we need to go 3-0 the next 3 games. That's all we're playing for. And it starts with 1-0 Friday night against Greenwood.
So you got the top 3 teams in the conference in that perfect triangle the next 3 weeks. Benton versus Greenwood, Benton versus Lake Hamilton, and then the final week of the regular season, Lake Hamilton goes to Greenwood. So it is all going to shake out over the next 3 weeks.
It's exciting. When it gets to this time of year, this is when it gets real.
Yes.
Once we get past the Parkview game, you get this. It's nice to have Mountain Home kind of stacked in the middle there. If you had Parkview, Greenwood, Lake Hamilton, that'd be tough. But, Lake Hamilton had what I thought could have been a trap game set up tonight against Siloam Springs, looking forward to, to us maybe. But anyway, wasn't. Looked like they handled their business there.
So the Panthers will welcome Greenwood to town next Friday night in a big one. And again, we want to invite all the Panther fans to come pack the Palace. But even before next Friday, if you haven't joined us for Panther Live this season, you've missed out on some great football talk and fellowship and some great food. Right, Freddie? Freddie's spaghetti and meatballs every week.
Nothing wrong.
Doesn't deviate from that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So we want you to join us on Tuesday at 6:30 at Pasta J's. Brad Harris and our Pasta J's Panther players of the game will be there, and about 70 of your fellow Panther fans every Tuesday for a great dinner and evening where we'll recap this game against Mountain Home and preview the next one. And it's a big one, the next one is. The Greenwood Bulldogs come to town to tussle with our Fighting Panthers at Everett Field next Friday at 7 o'clock. We want you to be there, and we want you to help pack the Palace for another great night of high school football under the Friday night lights of Everett Field. If you can't make it in person next week, then we want to invite you to join us for the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show at 6:30 with kickoff at 7 o'clock. Dio, you got a final word tonight?
Rest up, boys. Got a big week ahead of you. Friday's only a week away, so got to get ready for Greenwood because when they come to town, you got to come to play.
Rest up, heal up, and prepare.
That's right.
Hard this coming week. Boy, our crew's the best, and you got to hear about them and see them behind the scenes tonight. Just an awesome job by our Productions crew, Director Matt Johnson, Engineer Mason Woolbright, our replay Tamara Brown, graphics Morgan and Evan Garrett, audio Mike Helmbeck, and cameras Chris Morgan and Brandon Ramirez. Appreciate Justin Akery and all the great folks at The Buzz for their partnership in making 106.7 the radio home of Benton football. And as always, we thank you, Mike Skilton and Scott Nethery, for all your help in making our broadcast possible. So tonight, on behalf of Dio Vanucci and the number 1 fan of the Benton Panthers, Freddie Reinhardt, I'm Jim Gardner. Thank you for joining us tonight for Benton Fighting Panther football. Again, tonight's final score from Mountain Home was Benton 52 and Mountain Home 23. Until we greet you next Friday back home for a 6A West showdown with the Greenwood Bulldogs. Good night. God bless, and go Benton.